purposely not completely set up. We're supposed to be live. We're supposed to be live. It's coming down, coming down. Nobody can see it yet. Copy video URL. And it's amazing. I'm already just paste, enter. Best thumbnail ever. You on your phone. All right, and there's the chat there. There's the Patreon chat. There's the YouTube chat. There's the taskbar was a little too big. All this exciting stuff I got to remember to cut out when it comes time to repost this and let it be live.
Oh, so we're actually live.
So we should actually be live right now. And Trash Panda is here, giving us a good indication that yes, we are actually live.
Okay. Well, hello.
Hello. So we finally made it, and that's our live stream. So thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you again next week. Go ahead, Paul. Hey, how's it going? Well, quick audio check. We got audio, right?
I hope so.
Yeah. Well, on my end, it looked like we did.
Okay.
I got a thumbs up from our technical director, Eric Gordon. I'm finally here. And Jerry Props, I have arrived.
Well, welcome.
Welcome, Jerry. We are enjoying duct tape coffee this morning.
Cheers.
Jack of all trades, I'm back. Are you quoting Independence Day?
I'll be back.
I'll be back. All right. I just saw Jerry Rig has a question for Felicia.
Okay.
He says, I have a pair of red overalls I got from my Red Guardian cosplay, but it's a little too big. Any tips on how to take it in? As my smart ass would say, sewing machine.
Where is it too big?
Fair
That's
enough.
the question. Because overalls are adjustable this way,
Right.
you know, in the straps. But if we're taking it in, I would go from the side seams because those are straight and easier.
Yes, my immediate assumption would be the side seams. They're just putting the overall on and they're just popping out in the sides.
And it's a straight line. So I would go for side seams. And I would probably put them on inside out, pin them down along the seam of where you want it. At least I would start up on the hips and go down. Pin both legs because you don't want it all pulling to one side.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, just put it on, pin it straight down from your hips straight down, and then when you take it out from the table, you know how much to cut off. And I would stitch it before
cutting anything?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I believe on the outside seams is a flat felled seam. So you would sew it right side. You could sew it wrong sides together, flip it right sides together, and then flip it over and stitch it down so that it has like that perfect seam that denim tends to have.
Okay.
But you could also sew it right sides together and then sew it over to the edge and top stitch it. But the other way looks better because then you have an encased seam that's folded over. And you look lost.
Right. Well, I was trying to picture, so if we're going to sew it wrong sides together and then turn it inside out, it still could just be on the outside.
Yes. And then you stitch that flap down with 2 top stitching layers. So if you look at your pants, you have 3 layers of top stitching. And that's how you do that seam. See how it's all finished on that edge? You sew the wrong sides together, fold it out.
Wrong sides together, okay.
And then you stitch it over and stitch it down, and that's how you get that edge.
Okay.
So, yeah. So you don't have to just necessarily have a thing, but I believe for the outside seam, but on the inside seams, they just do a straight line. But, right sides together. Wrong sides together.
Wrong sides together.
Flip it out.
2 wrongs make a right.
Yeah. So then the right side's out, sticking together, and then you stitch it down, and then you stitch it down, and then you'll have that little welt seam on the edge. Hope that helps.
I think I was just trying to flip it around too much in my head as far as, because if it's already encased and then you're turning it inside out, so you got this tube, that can't turn inside anyway. Hello and good morning. I'm still working on waking up myself, but it's Sunday. We've got our duct tape coffee, and welcome to the Odin Makes live stream. More specifically, welcome to the pre-show. This is the time we set aside specifically for all of our wonderful patrons, who all of you right now who are live watching and we're talking to. That's exactly you guys. Once again, and I think it's important to remind you and let you know, this show really does air and really does work because of your support, your help, your generosity. The Patreon, without an exaggeration, keeps the lights on here, or keeps me in a place where I have some lights.
Quite literally brought to you by viewers like you.
That's right, quite literally brought to you by viewers like you.
Yes.
So thank you all very much, and of course this is one of the quick and nice things that we can do as a special treat just for you. And some of you saw this.
Is that a...
It is, and some of you saw this this last Friday. But coming up again this upcoming Friday, at this exact same time, 11 a.m. Pacific time, we're gonna go to. I got distracted by viewers like you on Discord. We're playing Among Us on the Discord server. There's a games room, I believe, and at 11 a.m. to noon Pacific time, please adjust for where you are. We are going to be playing an Among Us game using voice chat instead of the in-game text. Been doing it a couple of weeks with some other friends. Moved it to our patron server because and server people just kind of kept drifting away, and the game got down to 4 players. So this next week, that's the next time I'll be talking to all of you for sure. Is on that day. So yeah, and of course every Wednesday we also have a build talk. So that's kind of cool.
I know, you should dress like Among Us.
dress in my inflatable suit to play the game.
Sit there.
Voice chat comes on, all the people hear is the fan. That'll be great. So, anyway, you all know, I'm Odin. Hi, I'm Odin. And this over here is not Odin. This is...
Hi, I'm Felicia.
So, thank you guys very much.
Yes.
I saw there's a ton of questions already popping up all over the place. Duct tape coffee. Wow. First off, our moderator, Jack of all trades, is practically spamming the chat. But maybe not. Trains are awesome. Paul Frankovich is Unknown Soldier. Oh, you're Unknown Soldier in Discord? Oh, cool. Hello. Deleprechaun is here with B. Lynch. B. Lynch was trying to play Among Us with us, and apparently Ireland doesn't really have internet. They have mobile connection, and that's it. So he wasn't quite it was kind of worked,
Interesting.
Yeah.
The more you know, right?
So Nicole King says, "I got a question of the food variety." Oh, this weirdly enough, Nicole always has food questions.
It is lunchtime for me.
It is lunchtime. It's breakfast time, lunchtime. Yes. What are your favorite toppings on pizza? Okay, well, it kind of depends a little bit on which pizzeria I'm going to. In general, cheese, meats, vegetables. I mean, I'm pretty open when it comes to pizza anymore. I used to be picky. I'm not now.
Cheeseburger pizza's wrong.
Cheeseburger pizza's wrong. However, peanut butter pizza is not wrong.
Interesting. I've not had that. Wait. I've had fruit pizzas, so on tortillas and stuff, so yeah. I feel like But cheeseburger pizza, it tastes like cheeseburger.
Yeah, no, it doesn't work. And I've had a few taco pizzas, and they're not, it doesn't really work for me.
Can't.
But John's Incredible Pizza, not a pizza chain I can recommend, because it's not a place you go to eat the pizza, but they have one, and it's their peanut butter pizza. They mix peanut butter in with the red sauce, and then it's pepperoni and jalapeno on top of it.
Sort of like a mole?
Yeah, kind of. It's really good, actually.
Okay.
I wouldn't
put it past it because peanut sauces are delicious, but it definitely sounds a little funky.
It sounds funky.
I do like pineapple on my pizza. That's my favorite topping. I can eat any pizza and throw pupineapple on it.
Joe also puts pineapple on his pizza all the time.
Yeah, I like pepperoni.
Of course, Joe
pineapple.
doesn't eat cheese, so he puts a lot of onion and a lot of pineapple on his pizza in order to kind of make up for the lack of cheese.
Yeah, I feel like pizza without cheese isn't quite pizza.
Right, it feels that way, but if it puts you in the hospital, then
Yeah,
the
no,
lack of cheese is fine.
Yeah, no, I know, I get that. Makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah.
In fact, one of the places we go to all the time for lunch is called Mod Pizzas. One of those, you walk down the line, I want one of those, one of those, one of those, one of those. It's one price. They cook it for you, right? It's just, frozen pizza size. We like going there because he can get his cheeseless pizza and he gets it what's called armadillo style, where the pepperoni is overlapping the entire top of the pizza. So the whole pizza is shingled in pepperonis like an armadillo.
Okay.
And then other stuff goes on top of it. Yeah. And the people there at this point know us and know him, and it's like, yeah, sure, whatever. He doesn't get cheese, so they're not worried about the extra meat because there's no cheese going on there.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So one of my favorite toppings, garlic, pepperoni, jalapenos, stuff like that. Savories. I really like savory toppings.
Yeah, I like more the traditional with pepperoni, pineapple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I like a good combination, good veggie.
Yeah, good veggies are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't order a straight veggie pizza often enough. I have a couple of times with Felicia, and not having a big greasy pizza is kind of nice sometimes.
Do what you can when you can,
Yeah.
right? Hey, look, you're Among Us.
The Among Us, right. I got someone popping in, it's Vatic17 saying no, unless you're dressed for it with a picture of me in the Among Us costume. Sorry for those of you in the future who are watching this and aren't seeing the picture, but it's me in my inflatable Among Us costume. There's a video in my channel.
Yeah.
We've got Jerry Rig Prop says, "Don't say ham and pineapple, it's evil." And
I don't necessarily do the ham and pineapple.
right.
I like it pepperoni, pineapple. I will eat the ham and pineapple, but they're not my...
Oddly enough, for whatever reason, every workplace I've ever been to, everyone always makes sure they order the Hawaiian pizza.
Yes.
And it's like, why? That's always the one
For
that's
me.
left over.
So I have leftovers.
Right.
So I have pizza.
So I've gotten used to it. It's like, all right, now I've gotten older, and Hawaiian pizza's fine. I don't think I've ever ordered one intentionally, but it's fine when it comes up as ham and pineapple. Fine.
I like to get the Papa Murphy's, like Big Pop or whatever that they have, and then take off the mushrooms and add pineapple instead, and that's like my favorite because it's like super stuffed.
Cool. For those of you who don't know, Papa Murphy's is one of those take and bake places. It's a chain, at least out here. I don't know how widespread it is, where
We
they
do have a global audience.
yes,
Crazy.
where they prepare the pizza, and they're big pizzas, but they don't cook them. You take the it's dough ready to go. All the toppings are on it. It's saran wrapped. You take it home, and then you bake it yourself at home. They're pretty good. They were cheap too.
I have a friend who owns a franchise, and
Oh.
they say that sales go way up on rainy days.
Interesting.
Well, think about it. You go home, bake, heat up your
Yeah.
house,
Right.
throw in
Okay.
a pizza, watch a movie.
Right.
Rainy day food.
The when my kids were growing up and I was buying Papa Murphy's a lot, we would usually get the cowboy. This is one of the ones they called. I don't know what the toppings were on it, but the guy taking the order was like, "Yep, one cowboy, extra yeehaw." So yes.
Yeah.
People are still talking about how they don't like pineapple. It doesn't belong on pizza. It tastes
More
weird.
for me.
I don't care for anchovies on pizza. Tried it more than once. That's a little too much of a strong flavor.
I have not tried anchovies on pizza yet.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yet. It's
I've had like fried eggs and
pasty
breakfast
salt
pizza.
with a whole lot of fish. So fried eggs probably be
Like
good.
a breakfast pizza.
Yeah.
I didn't like it.
Okay, that'd probably be okay. I
It
like
felt
fried
more
eggs
like
on
breakfast.
burgers and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Breakfast pizza. I don't know. I feel like pizza should not be hamburgers. It should not be a burrito. It shouldn't be a taco.
Sure. I saw.
But a luau's fine for me.
I saw a Reddit thread with how to properly prepare your leftover pizza for the next morning. And they basically took the cold pizza, turned it into French toast. They did the French toast coating on it and cooked it again.
In the toaster oven?
No, on just like you would French toast in a pan.
Okay, so they
So
dipped it in the egg mix.
Yes,
and fried
exactly.
It?
And fried it up and then ate it again. And I've never done that, but that looks good.
I do like fried spaghetti heated up that way.
Yeah.
Fried pizza. I usually stick it in the toaster oven.
Right.
But yeah.
Yep. People still complaining about pineapple and talking about how someone else is Irish. Does that mean they put potatoes on pizza?
Well, pineapple technically does eat you back.
And Vixen says, cook the topping on the pizza and then pick them off. Ah, the childhood memories.
I wasn't allowed to pick off the toppings.
Oh, Paul lost their Papa Murphy. Aw.
Oh.
Yeah, Art Man, pineapple's sweet in my mouth. That's what you're talking about. Pineapple is the treat that eats you back.
Yeah, it has digestive enzymes built in. So you're not digesting it, it's digesting you.
I am getting told to turn off slow mode.
Off?
For the patrons. So that means I gotta remember to turn it back on again. So there we are.
So what does slow mode do again?
Slow mode, when it's a big chat with a lot of people, I've got it set to where you can only leave a comment every 50 seconds.
Okay.
And because there's only, a couple dozen people watching, turning it off is going to be more fun for them.
Yeah, it's easier to interact with the chat when we have just the Patreons. Makes sense. Hi, peoples.
Slow mode is off. Chat away! There you go, everyone. Odin took the governor off. You look over here, and all of a sudden it's just emoji dogs. Dogs. So yes, Toby and Bruno are here today.
And they're passed out on the floor.
They're passed out on the floor being good dogs. And saw your comments in the Discord chat. By the way, everyone who's watching this in the future, there is a private Discord for the patrons as well, which we're both somewhat active on, but the Discord channel itself is very active, and I think it's kind of cool.
It's a fun little community. You guys all rock, so.
But they were requesting a Bruno Butt t-shirt.
Eventually.
One day. I would think that needs to be more of a cartoon and not so much a picture. Plus it's tail down. Tail down would be okay.
Yeah. We could digitize a picture.
Gotta go faster. We've got, who is this? Oh, Vanix, of course, is doing a Sonic Gotta Go Faster gif. Gotta go fast. Alrighty. Unleash the beast. Potato chips with pizza. Yes, potato chips with pizza is good.
I like potato chips in my sandwiches.
Right.
Who doesn't?
Right, who doesn't?
Or on my hot dogs.
Pizza. Anything else pizza going on here? So locally there's a place called Zelda's.
Is that the one with the...
That's the one that claims to be more of a Chicago style, but they're still kind of their own Chicago style.
They're the pie crust pizza is how I describe it.
Yeah, they're pie crust pizza. They're a flaky pie crust deep dish pizza. You really can't pick it up. You have to eat it with a fork. It is the sausage is micro ground sausage. They're really good, but they're definitely their own thing. They are.
I think it's seriously been
style.
about like 7 years, maybe even 10 since I've eaten there.
Gotcha.
It's been a while, but it was good. I remember it because
they're not cheap. Yeah.
It's like pie crust pizza. Like I was not expecting that. Like I was told Zelda's pizza, Zelda's. I'm like, it sounds so exciting, but then I was not expecting that, but it was good.
Right. So the legend of Zelda was that it was good, or the legend of Zelda's.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yes.
Jonathan Wiesner says, I practically grew up on Hawaiian pizza. That explains a lot. No,
I guess he's on my team.
Yeah.
Team pineapple, sorry.
I actually love pineapple. There's been more than once that I have bought an entire pineapple, cubed it up, and threw it in the freezer to just make smoothies and stuff out of it. Or just eat pineapple. I like pineapple. You get the pineapple rings, like Winco has them. They're the dehydrated pineapple rings with the spicy sauce. It's a spice when it's in a granular form, covered it, whatever that word is. But I can't remember. Anyway, they're good because I like that a lot.
Pineapple's good. I like it on my pizza. I like it on upside down cake.
Right. I drink pineapple juice all the time.
There you go.
Team pineapple. And all of a sudden, the chat's going to be filled full of psych gifts, right? So in the show Psych, for whatever reason, kind of like Seinfeld's Superman, pineapples were all over the place in Psych.
Interesting.
It's like one of the jokes in the show was, true friends, you always give each other a pineapple. My son loved Psych and watched all the episodes. And so there was a point in time when I think it was for his 21st birthday, or no, it was later than that, his a graduation gift. I found a pineapple alcohol shaker, like a cocktail mix, but it was a pineapple, brass one. Cool. That's what I gave him. Yeah.
Nice. I've had many of pineapple purses. I do like those.
Right.
They're fun. You've seen it, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've seen your pineapple purse.
I've had multiple.
Believe that.
But yeah. Anyways, you think I'm a pineapple fanatic?
No, it's all good.
Okay.
And Jack of all trades says pineapple sucks.
You are entitled to your opinion.
You're entitled to your opinion.
And I respect it because that means there's more for me.
There you go. Pineapple does dissolve you back, so if your mouth isn't capable of dealing with that, it's pineapple. Yeah. I had another friend that pineapples is sores in the mouth, and that's all it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, doesn't bother me like that. Ben and Lynch says, I don't like vegetable, only potatoes. Right. There's oftentimes joking about how, well, potatoes grow on the ground, therefore they're a vegetable, right?
Yeah, my mom didn't accept when she asked me what my favorite vegetable was. Potatoes. Well, you can make French fries and chips and mashed potatoes and baked potatoes.
And your mom's like, no, that's a starch. It's not a vegetable.
That doesn't count. Yeah, but no.
Right, yeah.
I agree. I do like potatoes. They're a good vegetable.
Yes. So today we're going to be continuing the Super Saiyan build, but we're trying to restrict that specifically for the public. So
we're kind of getting set up. We're getting our stuff out, and we're kind of planning on what we're going to do today. We got more stuff together than I expected.
Right. Last week went really well.
Yeah, and then this week we're going to play with, what's the stuff?
This week, one of the things we expect to get everything glued together today, and then to seal it in order to before we start painting it, instead of Plastidip, which is sprayed, and that would really suck to do in here. I'm gonna go ahead and use my Flex Bond. A while ago, like a year ago, I bought a gallon of Flex Bond, Roscoe Flex Bond, as a way of sealing the foam projects. And Flex Bond was something that I think Kamui was using for making swords, because you can get a really smooth texture with it.
Is this it?
No, but it is the gallon container just to the left of it. That's it.
Okay, because we had a couple options.
Yeah, there's a couple of options. So
This is what we're going to use.
this is what we're going to use, which is Flex Bond.
My arm's sore today.
Right. She had her microchip installed today.
Yeah.
Or yesterday. Today?
Yesterday. Yeah, so.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So that's right.
A little sore.
So Flex Bond, apparently, it's still water soluble, but
It's very thin.
Yeah, it is actually.
Much thinner than
Mod Podge. Now, Mod Podge apparently will turn white if you get it wet again, and Flex Bond becomes somewhat waterproof.
Wet again, meaning
Meaning
can
that you
rehydrate it
you
once
can't
it's dry?
completely rehydrate it, but you know how latex, if you get it wet, it'll kind of turn milky again? It doesn't really run or anything, but it absorbs the water and is no longer translucent.
Interesting. Will that
Or no longer
stay
transparent.
Will that stay? Could you steam it out?
It dries back out again.
Dries back out?
Yeah, but still, it's a weird thing that...
That you'd have to, like, if you saw it and you're like, oh, shoot.
Right. Oh, it's going to be ruined. No, it's probably not ruined, but it does do that, so it's something to be worried about.
Yeah. So, Flex Bond, this is really watery, especially compared to this. Is it going to give, like, a thick, do you need a couple?
I don't remember if Kamui did a couple coats of it or not, and it could have settled. It's been sitting there for a while.
Yeah. It's been a whole year and you haven't even touched it. Why not?
Right. Well, it takes 24 hours to dry, and I don't have that kind of time usually. I don't
But
give
we have
myself
that
that
time.
much. Yes, we do.
Yeah.
Bristle adhesive for scenery, props, and paint shops. Flex Bond, a flexible adhesive designed specifically for scenery and props construction. Bonds all types of porous and non-porous materials. Super strong. Flexible bond. Dries clear and fast. Paintable or tintable. Excellent adhesion to many types of foam. Yeah, it is one of the things to cover styrofoam with on a set. And it is made by Roscoe. It's a loud noise. It's made by Roscoe, which is a production company that does gaff tape, and I know them for gels, for the lighting gels we're changing.
Interesting.
Yeah,
They
that's
do
all.
the gaff tape?
Yeah, Roscoe's got gaff tape as well, and they do the single pigment chroma key paint. So it's the most expensive chroma key paint, but because it's a single pigment, it worked with... Back in the days when people used tubes for collecting their video images, and the tube cameras were real persnickety about what color green, what color blue they were working off of. So Roscoe had a single pigment paint that worked with the tube cameras. But it's, $200 a gallon.
Yeah, because it's very specific.
Yeah, it's very specific, exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, this is very specific, and what's so special about it? But we're going to find out. That's for sure.
It thickened up a little bit.
It did a little bit, but I don't have the arm. Like, I can't do that
No,
today.
that's fine.
I have this arm. My
Well,
left arm's out of commission today. I'm going to put the Mod Podge back.
with modern cameras that are all chip cameras, no longer tubes, you can mix a color at Home Depot or what your favorite paint place, and it's going to work just fine. So
it doesn't have to be.
It doesn't have to be the crazy single color, single pigment, because when you get a paint mixed at Home Depot, it is a multi-pigment mix, right? That's why I'm making a big deal about it being single color. Feel like I'm not quite saying it right. I think I'm just tired enough.
Are you making a mixer?
Yes.
I'm like, looks like you're building a whisk from scratch.
I am building a whisk from scratch. There it goes. We're all going to get to listen to my drill. How exciting. There we are. It should fit.
SKS Props says FlexBond dries fast with a hairdryer.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, it air dries. It's kind of a wet glue.
it says it dries fast, but compared to spray paint.
Right. Didn't quite make it small enough. I thought I did. There we go.
So sitting for a year, it probably really needed that.
Yeah, I'm sure it did. And
Okay,
I don't.
that's not that bad. That has...
It's white glue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it has more of a texture to it. Like a thicker... It runs thin, but it feels...
Right, and it
denser.
feels kind of sticky in your fingers, right?
Yeah. It doesn't feel exactly like white
No.
glue. It feels a little nicer. But
And apparently it does do a decent job of leveling.
leveling.
did-
Can you explain what leveling is?
Sure. We did do an experiment with it. So leveling is you paint it on something and you get the little hills and valleys of the brush stroke, right? Because the bristles of the brush create furrows in the goop. Self-leveling is where it's able to, with gravity, get itself to become flat and equal overall. You get something that's viscous enough and it won't do it. Apparently this will.
Yeah, it's
So-
definitely runny, so I could see that happening. But that's a good thing to keep in mind because nobody likes brush strokes unless you purposely do them.
Exactly. Brush strokes are great if you're trying to do wood grain. But
Right.
Otherwise, they suck.
Dry brushing, maybe, you know.
Dry brushing,
like,
right.
There's a place, but yeah. Let's see.
So we'll just set this over here.
Bring my box over here so I'm not so short.
That's fine. I'll grab my phone and I'll check out what's happening on Discord.
Yeah, Dragonball Trade says maybe I'll buy some.
FlexBond does work with 3D prints. It is thick enough that it will help with the layers caused by filament printing, but the cost of FlexBond, you're probably just as good finding other materials because that was $50 for that gallon, right? And that's a good price to go and get a quart at Tap Plastics, which is a West Coast plastic chain. I'm actually really happy with Tap Plastics. But because they are geared towards being retail, their prices are certainly seem to be a little higher than sometimes anyway, it's like $35 a quart.
How much do you use for a full project?
Probably not that much. We'll probably go through maybe 8 ounces, maybe
Well,
6.
you've had it for a whole year and haven't touched it. So.
Right. Well, I haven't touched it, but I haven't given myself time for it to dry. Right? Because it's like 24 to 48 hours to fully dry. And usually I have 12 to get the project done.
You know, you
Yeah.
love those deadlines, don't you?
No, I've just made it such a habit that I just don't, I don't get going on it. I wouldn't say I love it. I've just gotten into a bad habit of torturing myself.
No, but I also understand that sometimes the majority of your build can just be waiting for paint to dry.
Yeah. Yes, it gets down to all I gotta do left is painting. That'll be easy. Forgetting that. Oh no, that usually takes 8 to 10 hours because
coats you to dry.
And now you need to dry so I can touch it.
Heaven forbid it turns to night and it gets too cold, and then the spray paint doesn't want to set the same way. And
Yes, that's fun. And in the winter is yeah.
temperatures. So the trick for that is you have to put the spray paint in a bucket of warm water.
Right.
And shake it around, and I keep the bucket of warm water near me so that I can spray.
Exactly, and then the spray paint is spraying at the correct temperature. But once it's sprayed, then you want to put it somewhere somewhat warm for it to be able to actually kick off and dry correctly.
Yeah, or do really thin coats, because the thick coats will...
And it'll fog up sometimes. It'll get... gloss won't be glossy. It'll be this weird, like... surface because it was too cold while it dried.
Yeah, temperatures and paints.
Right.
They make a difference.
So let's see. Boy, my phone is not...
Oh, Trash Panda says...
Trash Panda.
Not great on the earbuds, LOL. And Paul Frankovich says needs a headphones warning, so next time.
Sorry.
We'll let you know before we make loud noises. Oh, there's quite a few people wearing earphones.
Sorry, guys. Didn't appreciate how bad that was going to be.
You at least are considerate and think about it. I don't even know.
I try to. So we got, Odin and Felicia. This isn't a cooking show where everything is ready. Pulls out a metal tool from nowhere.
We talked about that when we were saying it's like we could easily have it like this
Done.
is the cake done.
Yeah, no.
But then we couldn't drag you through the nitty gritty,
Right.
tedious tasks that is crafting.
We couldn't stretch it into a 2-hour live stream.
No,
No,
we would. It just would be
totally
a lot
could.
more work throughout the rest of the week, which we don't do. We only craft here live in front of you.
Right. So Discord, it's a whisk with a bit. Yes, it's a bit of a whisk. That's absolutely what it is. We're getting a question of an unknown soldier wants to know, why does Felicia have a plaster on her shoulder?
Plaster?
Yeah, that's a plaster. It's a bandage. Plaster's another word for it.
I got my second Fauci ouchie. I got my
Fauci
second. I got my second shot for the
COVID
vaccine. Yeah, the COVID vaccine, and so I'm a little off today. I just got it. My arm's sore.
And the holographic bandage helps the microchip
Like-
to really like sync up with the external.
Yeah, so I can.
Okay, I hate when that happens. So that's what that is for. Are we getting the Leia Poncho video?
Eventually, we did film it. The
We did, yes.
building of it, and there's still a lot of work to do.
Yes, we're getting one, but we've talked about it, and once the poncho was done, Felicia had realized there's a couple of things that ideally she'd rather do differently, and so we're going to shoot a new one. So, yes, it's going to happen. We're going to make a whole new poncho specifically just for a dedicated poncho video, and
Yeah, now that I have the pattern all figured out and did the one,
Right.
forced one together, made it work,
right.
and now know what I'm doing. I'm like, oh, okay, now it's not going to be so, like, the second helmet was way easier than the first.
Right, and I think the second helmet turned out better, so.
It did.
Yeah.
Because I knew all my mistakes, and I was like, okay, well, I'm not doing that again.
Sure, and me too with the foam ring. I do.
Yeah. So when I do multiples of things, I usually do the first one by itself. Make all my mistakes, figure it out, work it
Right.
out, and then I'll do like the other 7 or 8.
Right.
Or 2 or 3. But, the first one, you got to figure out all the problems, and I did that, and now I have a better idea of how I want to go about it next time. But, yay, it turned out better than I expected.
Yes. Yes. And so we'll be able to have the inside painted and a couple other construction changes you wanted to make. So it'll happen. And I got to get the helmet pattern made.
I got to get the
Should've worked on that
poncho
yesterday.
pattern digitized, so
Yeah.
it's been a while since I've done that. There's some work to do, but it's coming. So, yes, you'll get it. Ask me any questions you want me to address, and I will make sure that I do that. We have time.
Unknown Soldiers is guessing that your plaster that's hiding up your microchip is actually covering over a badass micro tattoo. It just in really, really tiny, like 2-point font, it just says, "You're a nosy little snowboarder, aren't you?" That's all it says.
Well, I was going to say, see, this is the universe, stars, constellation. No, they're just
there
fun. Anyway. Let's see what people are saying.
People are talking about, I'm getting one of what, a tattoo or your next shot.
Yes.
Well,
once we get all the shots and can con again. Oh, I have never conned before, but can
do you want to con?
eventually. Remember I was talking to you about that way back when we were working at Smosh. I was trying to do, what's her face?
Jacqueline. Jackie?
No, I love Jackie. No, I was trying to do a character costume.
Oh, character costume,
Yeah.
excuse me. Just Jackie's someone else at cons. So.
Yeah, no, she's amazing. I love working with her old outfits. She's
She did Zelda all the time on Smosh. And
yeah.
she
built
got,
Ganon. That was an amazing outfit. And she did a bunch of...
She did Witchblade. She got really popular for doing a very authentic Witchblade cosplay.
Yeah, so I briefly got to work with her. She's amazing, but no, that's not what I was talking about.
Okay.
But I do love Jacqueline.
You were talking about trying to figure out someone else's costume.
Oh, yeah, no, I was the blue girl from X-Men, and her name fell out of my head. Mystique.
I remember we talking about Mystique.
Yeah.
I bought a little baggie of
the little heads
of skulls for making the belt.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, I want to do that. Let's do comic book Mystique. That would just sounds fun, but we never did it.
So Alan Carnes, the guy that cast my head on my channel here, like, what was that, 2 years ago, 3 years ago? Anyway, he used to work in Hollywood, and one of the jobs he had was vacuum forming the scales for Mystique for X-Men 3. So he was running the vacuum form machine for making Mystique costumes for the film.
So, what did he make those out of? Because I always assumed that they were some kind of
some parts
silicone.
were encapsulated silicone, and some parts apparently had something. Maybe I misunderstood what he was saying, because he talked about vacuum forming stuff a lot, but he was doing something with making the Mystique scales.
Yeah.
And for the most part, they seemed like they were encapsulated silicone prosthetics.
Yeah.
But there may have been things that have been a little...
more like sequins glued on top? Because that's what
especially
I'm imagining.
on some of the more sensitive bits, where you might want to cover things up a little better.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, that's awesome.
Right. So, no, somebody who actually worked on Mystique as a costume, not...
But that was one of those ones that we talked about it way.
Yes, and you were talking about the comic version with the white dagger dress and the skulls and the red hair. And,
yeah,
and the blue.
Still haven't made that happen. So
you're talking about it on the internet. That's all they're going to talk about now.
Eventually, they're.
Odin makes a pirate sword. Starts talking in sea shanty. Okay.
Have you made pirate swords?
No, I have not made a cutlass.
No.
Nope.
I have a whole bunch of them at home.
You do? Mm-hmm. Yeah. I have a couple of your
metal swords, but I have
metal
have some wooden of those pirate swords.
Where's the... There was a big list of questions and fruits and things at one point. Get to that really quick before we click over to being live. About 5 minutes. Oh no, I'm in the wrong chat box.
You're in the wrong chat box.
Yep. Next Sunday's live stream.
Oh, there's the.
Thank you, Google. Vadix brought up a. I don't know if I can get this to.
Get it so that they can see.
So they can see it easily, yeah. It's gonna be kind of tricky to. Well, see if I do this.
Can they see it?
Is that? Does it need to be higher? Is that okay?
A little higher. Down. Good.
So somebody Googled and found when Joe and I went to Five Guys during the middle of pandemic when stuff just barely started opening up again and we had to wear masks. So here I am with my Bane mask and Joe's wearing, he's actually just wearing his respirator. He doesn't even have his Gundam mask done yet.
Ooh, I like that question.
Which is that question?
What is a project Odin is most afraid to do?
Not anymore, but one of the projects I was afraid to do was Iron Man. Everyone was requesting it. I knew it would be really popular, but for the longest time, I was really afraid that I would fail at getting the dimensions correct for the helmet, and I ended up with Iron Man derp. It's sort of like, here's Iron Man after a hard crash, or here's drunk Iron Man, and so I wasn't doing it because I was just afraid that I would get it to look wrong. It wouldn't be. I'm not so afraid of that anymore because we did War Machine. We did it. The Pepakura file, an Armor Smith designer. War Machine turned out great. So I just got to do Iron Man. I just haven't yet.
Yes, so there's a reason he hasn't done it yet, because you got to be a little brave enough to tackle something.
Pretty
especially
much.
live in front of the internet.
Yeah.
Worldwide.
Spent all this time on it. It better end up being okay and not Spider-Man. That's not what I want. that would not be ideal. Aside from that, that's the first one that comes right to mind that people have actually asked for a lot. Is there something else I've really tried to sidestep out of fear? Fear of failure?
I feel like there was another one.
Yeah, I'm kind of thinking that way too.
There's another one that was like Odin Makes, and you haven't made it yet.
Right. Well, there's the Ben 10 Omnitrix.
But that one because you said it was too easy.
Usually, yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a fan film version apparently that maybe, but also that's one that I've put up for the patrons on the times that I've had polls for, hey, what do you guys want to see? And I'll put that one on there, and it never gets voted for. Patrons, aren't the entire audience, because in just a minute we'll be spammed with, you should make it a Matrix. But,
yeah.
What else? Probably other very specific character helmets that have to look really right, that don't have anywhere to hide the seams. You get battle damaged, worn, dinged up, paint chipped stuff, and it's a lot easier to, as Adam Savage says, hide your crimes. And you get something brand new and good, you don't get that so much. You want to hit the power button in the front. That'll take it out, if it hasn't already. Okay. And that should turn yeah. So Nicole, you keep talking about this Raycon thing. Have you secured a sponsorship deal for me for Raycon yet? Go find out. Go pitch it. I'll give you a finder's fee if you actually successfully get me a Raycon sponsorship.
I was wondering about that.
Yeah, please do.
Ouch! Don't use this arm. Okay.
Right.
I'm weak.
No,
I'm just out of it.
It gets to be, that's max. Right. I remember when my microchip really took hold, I basically passed out at 4 p.m.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm here. Got some
Which
Tylenol.
That would put it
dead
almost
arm.
exactly 24 hours after I got my shot.
Yeah.
'Cause it was a 3:45. Yeah. It was a 3:45 appointment. So almost exactly 24 hours later, it crashed out.
At the end of the live stream will be my 24-hour point.
Oh, fun. So you're at the point of, I'm going to crash.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so let's go over to...
But being able to do things again without fear and anxiety of going out and being breathed on is amazing, and I very much appreciate it so
enabling slow mode again.
Because now it's time to invite everybody else to join us.
Now it's time to invite everybody else to it. Exactly.
I hope you guys had fun, and now we get to let all our other friends in.
So public.
We are
done.
public.
Restrictions none. What are restrictions do I want to do now? Okay. There we are. And save. And privacy says public with currently 13 concurrent viewers. So I'm not going to jump right into the welcomes. I will wait a minute for a couple of other people to filter in. But we are now starting up the public portion of the live stream. So I hope you guys had some fun at least with the...
with our boring setup and getting coffee and getting here. But our brains are here now, so...
Pretty much mostly here now, yes. I'm at least, 75% here now.
75.
So we got Will Connors is showing us ruler is 36 inch for scale, so it's a yard. Oh, okay. A few leg segments.
Oh.
Frank, I have an Iron Man suit. Odin, I have a Mecha Godzilla. Yep.
I can't wait to smash buildings, I'm just saying.
Yes, that'll be a lot of fun.
Odin smash.
Yes, it is also Mother's Day in the U.S.
Oh,
Detlef.
yes. Happy Mother's Day.
Happy
in the
Mother's
USA.
Day to everyone. So my plan for Mother's Day is to go with my wife and one of her friends to an escape room. So we'll be doing that about an hour and a half or so after the stream.
Oh, nice. That
So
sounds
that's,
fun.
yeah, and then we'll have dinner. Yeah.
Yeah. I made plans, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see. We'll see what actually happens.
And Jack of all trades is reminding us, want to become a patron? Then join the Sunday live streams an hour early. Join in on private Discord chats with private game nights and additional build prop talks on some Wednesdays. Well, then become a Patreon here at patreon.com/Odin Makes. And you too can join in on the fun. Yeah, and now that I've finished the final promise that I made for a prop build, actually I've done 2 here recently. One of the things I try to do for the patrons is put up a poll. Hey, what do you guys want to see me make? And I think that is going to need to happen for June. So, because I got stuff planned out for the rest of this month, and then June's coming up. And it's one of those things where I can totally throw in a ringer. Oh, I'll do this. I'll vote for it. But, it doesn't always work out that way.
But it's coming up.
Yeah, but it's coming up. Coming up to you soon is another Illusion of Choice poll brought to you by Odin Makes.
You'll just end up making all 3 again.
Yep. Well, interesting. We are public, right? Yep. Oh, yeah. We gained a couple of viewers. Okay. It takes a minute. So, getting things perked up. So we're going to actually start getting ready to do what we're working on today. All right. Hello, it's noon. It's the public stream. For those of you who are watching it in the future, that's not right now during the public stream, well, we're going to do the intros again because now it's public and more people are going to be here.
Brought to you live in front of a
Audience.
digital audience.
In front of a digital audience.
A worldwide live audience. At home on your couch. Please be comfortable.
Yeah, please be comfortable. Please be safe. Don't
Yeah.
be live streaming while driving.
If you are, just don't look at the screen.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, just listen.
Yeah.
But hello, it's Sunday, it's noon. My name is Odin, and welcome to my live stream, Odin Makes. And once again, I'm sharing this time with the lovely
Felicia.
And honestly, the live stream was kind of
My idea.
a big her idea. Yeah, it's something I wanted to do anyway, but she really is like, hey, we should do this. It's like, okay, I've been kind of thinking about that, but I was afraid to actually start. So yeah. So what else is Odin afraid of doing? Live streaming by himself. How's that?
There you go.
So.
Iron Man's face.
Iron Man's face. So for the next 2 hours, we're going to be working on DragonballZ armor. What we have are the pieces cut out. This is going to be the 3rd time slot we've been working on this. I'm using SKS Props, his pattern, and his method. Now he's got a YouTube channel, and SKS Props specifically is the guy that makes HD foam. So if you haven't, definitely check out his foam and definitely check out his channel because he gives really good in-depth descriptions on how this all goes together. We're going to talk about it, but we're not going to be super in-depth because I don't want to replicate his video.
You can watch it really quickly in 10, 15
Yeah,
minutes
it's like
and
15
already
minutes.
have the project finished. But grab your glue pot and join along with us. We're going to make it. So
Yeah. The pattern's free. The foam is easy to get a hold of. You can use any foam you want, but HD foam, I will agree, is my favorite foam for doing this type of crafting.
So.
Yep.
And we got the strips glued on.
Last week we got the strips glued on, so we have the stomach piece. What I've got is a 6mm layer as a base layer, and then we got 4mm on top of it for the strips. This is actually modified from Steve's plans. He says to use a 10mm base and a 6mm for the strips. But that seemed, we're sizing this down to actually fit my friend Joe and Felicia.
Yeah.
And that seemed too big to size down for them.
And we scaled down 20%.
We scaled down 20%.
Going down 20%, we went 20% smaller on our foam too. So.
Yeah, more or less. It's kind of the sizes that are available. HD foam is available in 2, 4, 6, and 10. So.
Yeah. I wonder what size Vegeta's armor is. Really what?
Right. And yeah, we're just
In
making
their cartooning.
Yeah. And we're making a fairly basic version. This is just the straps. It doesn't have the shoulder pads. Doesn't have the thigh pads. But we will be gluing it together. And I've got a bunch of half dowels. So one of the things you can buy are dowels
grab
of
those.
foam. And for those of you who aren't completely familiar, you can buy wooden dowels at a hardware store. And a wooden dowel is just a piece of wood that's been turned to be 1/2 inch for its whole length.
Here you
I
go.
don't have a wooden one over here. But SKS Props makes half dowels. So these are, and full dowels. It's the same idea. So this is in this package, it's 36 inches of 20 millimeter wide dowel, but it's been cut in half to be, a hemisphere. And so we'll be using this to trim the armor out in order to get all the bumps that should be on there, all the seam bumps, the flat-filled seams that are visible in the shell on the armor. Don't you like the tooling mark on it?
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I'm like, I totally see their tooling marks.
Yeah. You can see it's just whatever it is that spins to make it round, you can totally see it almost looks 3D printed. It's that
It
type
really
of,
does.
Yeah,
look
that
3D
type of layer
printed.
look to it.
So we got to start gluing this.
We're gonna start gluing this or it'll never happen. Alrighty, so we have
Here's a picture reference.
we have a kidney cover and a kidney cover. We have a chest and a chest, and then we have the back plate and the back plate. So we'll set these aside.
The back to the side, and we'll start with the front.
Start with the front. Now I'm going from memory. I probably should have watched the video again at least once within the last 3 weeks.
I
have
haven't.
not.
I watched it before we started this build,
Right.
but I haven't watched it since. Probably should.
But as I recall, the chest piece goes together like this, and then the side parts want to connect and then tuck under. But to start, spin a little bit.
Yeah, got some boogers.
Got
Good
some
seal.
boogers. You want to get a good coat on that, if not a double coat. Now, one of the things we can do, this is something I've seen Ted do, and of course I'm not prepared for this. I mean, not
And
so
what is
much,
that?
maybe. What Ted does is when he applies his contact cement, he then takes one of the small pieces of foam, like the edge. This is floor mat foam. This is one of the first foams I was working with. So he takes a little piece of scrap he doesn't care about. I'm going to grab it from the glue, and then
Cleans up
runs
the
it
edge.
like a squeegee down the. All it's really doing is leveling out the glue. It actually dries faster because you don't have
Here you go,
a
then.
big bead.
Yep, I use my fingers like you shouldn't.
That's
Oh, hi, Toby.
you'll get. We will have glue all over our fingers by the end of the day.
We already started off the day with glue on our
Yeah,
fingers.
we're already started off the day sniffing glue.
That actually doesn't have much of an odor, the glue we were sniffing.
No, that glue didn't. We do have a hair dryer, but apparently that would be rotten for headphones. And something else we can do, but I don't think we need to here. You can put 2 coats, right? So you put on 1 coat of the contact cement, let it dry, and then you do a second layer. And the first one really kind of grabs the foam, and the second layer sits on top and becomes really gummy. So if you're going to have a high stress seam, doing that is a good idea. It'll actually hold better.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's any high stress seams on this thing. Doesn't feel like it to me.
I feel like the most high stress would probably be where the shoulders attach.
Probably, yeah.
But we're not doing it where he's going to be busting at the seams in it.
No.
So it's not going to be super stressful.
No.
So I think it'll be just fine.
This one's almost dry. So the thing with contact cement, for those of you who don't know, contact cement works a lot like rubber cement, if you've ever played with that. You apply it wet onto both sides of the piece that you want to glue together. And then you want to let it mostly dry. That's very much a Princess Bride thing. What ends up happening is I can actually see, I know you can't because I'm seeing a glint from the light. I can see an edge here where it's still actually wet. And all through here, it isn't a matte finish yet. It's more of a satin finish.
It's like he's done it
there.
before, like a lot of times where it's like, hey, I know that sheen of that glue. It is ready to go.
That
Oops.
is it.
Nope, it's too dry.
Nope, it's too
We're
dry.
doing 2 coats. It's because it's strong.
That's right. You can let it dry too long, and then it won't stick. When it fully dries your host, it's not going to stick. But that is a good way of sealing it as well. We're going to use Flex Bond, but I have used contact cement to seal stuff.
That works.
That works. But
I
you
thought
also
it would rub off.
it doesn't rub off. I mean,
Or add
it
a weird texture to
it
it.
can add a weird texture to it. The contact cement doesn't self-level as well as some of the other stuff.
I could see it easily going boogery.
Yeah, well,
If you use when it's newer and thinner, it works really well. If it's been sitting around and it's boogered up quite a bit or gotten kind of thick, because contact cement does.
Yeah.
Then no, that's not what you want to use.
Okay.
But you want fresh contact cement, and it works really well. I did that in the Captain Rex helmet and the what's very buried now, the ARC Trooper helmet, the orange thing way back there.
Yeah, use what you got. That's for sure. What are people saying?
Let's see. Maximilian Hammerschmidt says, I would have thought your mothers would join in today, Odin and Felicia.
My mom is 10 hours north of here in a different state.
My mom has no idea I do this.
So there you go. But I will be opening a package for my mom, I assume, in about an hour. So in a small way, mom's gonna be here.
Yeah.
What else we got here? Faker Maker Props. Just says, awesome. I recently made a video that went viral for some reason. Apparently that's late.
Awesome.
That is awesome, and apparently
I'm late to whatever that comment is. Maker JP, just killed myself in the gym, can't move.
oh. Well,
Second day's the worst.
yeah.
So it's going to suck in a couple more days.
Right.
Congratulations.
Go, hello, Germany. Hello from Noah Friedel.
Hello in Germany. Guten Tag.
Yep. Make. Who's saying making in? Ansel George is make.
Making crabs.
Old friends in chat from Swag Plays. Let's see.
I think we're at the right sheen.
I think we're at the right sheen. Greetings from a rainy Indiana, just oil painting along from Sean Kennedy.
Hello, Sean Kennedy.
Hello, Sean
I'm glad
Kennedy.
you're crafting along. I'm going to let you join that up.
Okay, so yes, they both got the right sheen. One of the things I'm going to do is hold both pieces kind of flat to the table as a way of helping. I'm really concerned about the top because we'll see that seam. So starting the neck, I'll push it together and then work it on down. I hope, there we are. And we didn't cut it perfect, but that's okay. We can trim that.
Yeah.
And this will actually be, it's all going to get covered, but this is going to be covered better.
It's going to be under a dowel.
It'll be under a dowel.
There's
yeah.
a dowel there, so. And there's a dowel here going to cover up these little nicks.
Right.
Because otherwise those would bother me.
Exactly. So this seam will be totally invisible because it's at the top of the neck.
Mm-hmm.
This seam will be under a dowel, and we can always make some dust with the Dremel and make that match.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that. I don't know how much you love the Dremel dust.
We'll see if we need it. Yeah, when you sew, you always start from your neckline and go out too, so that you have your cleanest lines at the neckline, and you can trim off these edges easier. So, on foam too.
On foam too.
Now, where's the next spot for the glue?
So this shape becomes the stomach.
Yes.
So it's going out like that. That's the stomach, but this is sitting aside still. And this
So-
goes this way. We cut these with a slightly different curve. So what we want to do is this edge, but what's going to happen, let's make sure I can keep my orientation. We're going to want these corners to meet, and then this corner needs to ride up over it as you go.
So only about 1/4 of an inch right there.
Yeah,
Over.
about 1/4 inch over. Is that what you're seeing?
Yeah.
Because I'm completely.
You can mark it.
Yeah.
Just a light pencil mark, because you can see the marks on this stuff.
Yeah. It's one of the things I like about HD foam is you can just use a pencil. It's not. Black foam is great because it's black. Black foam is hard to mark because you need special tools to do it. Yes, silver Sharpies work the first time. For some reason, black EVA foam just
Likes to soak up the...
kills silver Sharpies.
It soaks up all of that lovely ink, into the sponge.
So I actually mashed this a little bit. I can see the indent on the backside of this one. So, yes, we need to get this edge and this edge glued on both of them. So it's, there it is, I've marked here and there. And then I will force roll this one. Using my Jedi mind powers, I will force roll this one to try and get it to behave to go the other way. Hopefully it will.
Hey, we got a super chat. We got a super chat from Faker Maker Props. $10. Says, hey Odin, question. My Mega X 3D printer is working perfect, but now the gantry is slanted right by 2 inches? How do I fix this? My Mega X 3D printer was working perfect, but now the gantry is slanted by 2 inches?
That's a big...
That's massive. Paul Frankovich popped in with a 99-cent
Super chat, that's for the other side, yeah.
I know. That's why I'm like, which side? It's this
Right.
part.
Yeah, it's this part.
It's that part. Yes.
Yeah. So, Paul, you've got you've forgotten way more. I shouldn't say almost. Paul and Nicole, both of you have way more 3D print experience than I do. Is there any way you can maybe help out Faker Maker with a more accurate answer than what I could pull out of thin air? I'm not even 2 inches is massive for a 3D printer. I mean, the bed of the 2 3D printers I have aren't even 2 inches off the table. So.
Interesting. I hope you're doing okay there.
Yeah. Is it about the same size?
Yeah,
it's
about a
pretty close.
1/4 inch.
Okay. Is that? It's me pacing around looking for a ruler, because I got to draw a straight line. But it really doesn't matter because it's going to get gooped up with glue. So I guess I never let go of that one. So yeah, these need to be glued up too. Fortunately, I've only got the one glue pot. Another alternative aside from the glue pots, this is the Atco brand glue pot. It's actually designed for holding glue for leather working, but foam working it's got so many things in common with leather working.
Oh yeah, it totally does.
And one of the things I really like about the pot is when you drop the brush back into it, it really does minimize the fumes, and the whole volcano shape really minimizes the fumes. It's not like having the full can open and it's just this giant potpourri of chemical.
Yay for not having chemical smells.
Yes.
Not be Mad Hatters.
Not be Mad Hatters. I put the cork on the end of it to make it a little bit easier to hold, so that's my own modification. It's a $40 item. It is worth it. I'll just leave it at that.
There you go.
I need to replenish this because this has been sitting. I've also got a chemical resistant, ketchup bottle, but the glue's been in here a little bit, so I'm going to need to actually clean this out and put in new glue. This doesn't hold as long as the metal. The fumes still get out of it, but as a method for applying glue. That isn't mustard. But as a method for applying glue,
tasted funny.
this also works really well. It's a cure for the runs.
Well, I was kind of blocked up.
There we are.
I should not be allowed in public.
Mr. Rooster says, Odin! Felicia!
Mr. Rooster!
Mr. Rooster! My dude and lady, what's been going on?
Not too much. Slightly under the weather, but I'll be fine.
Right. Getting our COVID shots. I got my second one about 2 weeks ago, so I should be in the clear. Yeah.
I got mine yesterday. Ouch, and I'm feeling it for sure, but I'm here. I'm going to crash after this for sure, though.
For sure. There is a possibility of a Lodi Grapevine Comic Con happening in June, I think it is. That's the first one that I know of. Sac Anime is Labor Day weekend. Yes. So
Things will happen again.
Your con experience can happen.
I'm really excited. I have yet to go. I've dressed people up for so many things, but I haven't been myself. One of my favorite costumes that I made for a con, Sac Anime, I think, is the nurse version of the Joker. Somebody came in and he's like, I want to go, but I don't know what I want to be. I don't care. It's just, I want to go. And I'm like, well, you kind of have that right scraggly hair. Why don't you be the Joker? But not just the Joker. Let's do it in the nurse costume.
Right.
Oh my gosh, he had the limp dance. I was laughing. It was like my favorite. And he came back from that just floating on a cloud like, I had so much fun. I'm like, yes.
Yes, good.
When you have a good costume, I've noticed that people just come, when they return them, they're just like floating on air. Like, I had the best party. Can't wait till the next one.
Sweet.
I already have my outfit already. So yeah, but I do like dressing up.
That's really cool. We have a costume because you're gonna be we talked about this in the pre-show that was for patrons only. We are going to be making another poncho video. We're going to be making a full poncho video, and it's specifically another video because you had some really good ideas and decided you wanted to make a whole new video that incorporated new ideas to make it more accurate and to get the inside painted correctly. And
yeah, so it started out with, there's some extra fabric. I'm just going to make a rectangle and cut a slit in it. Oh, well, maybe I can add a tube. Maybe I can add a circle on top of the tube. That doesn't feel like what she's wearing in the movie.
Rabbit hole.
3 days later. figured out the hood pattern. I did not have enough fabric anymore because I used it all on the hood and the hat and the thing.
Right.
So we use a little interfacing to stretch it out, and I think I'm going to try making it out of a painter's tarp.
Which I think is a great idea. So just a fabric painter's tarp from a hardware store, because that's a fairly cheap canvas. Yeah.
And hers looked more lightweight than the fabric I was originally using, but I was
Right.
originally using free fabric, so I wasn't being,
Right. Fabric.
picky.
Right.
Free fabric, yes. I'll
Yes.
use it.
Leftover from Beyond Geek shoot.
Yeah. Jedi Warrior.
Yeah.
Jedi Knights.
Jedi Knights. I had made a Jedi outfit for Beyond Geek second season. This is back, 2015? 2016, somewhere around there.
It's been a while. Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Still at Smosh.
Yeah, still,
Yeah.
no, I told you, I sewed it in Studio A at Smosh.
Yeah.
Not even in the back room, in Studio A, because it
So
had...
saying you used my sewing machine then?
I
didn't you?
might have, yeah. I might have used yours. It was either yours or my wife's, but I think it was yours. No, I think I used mine at that time. I think mine was still working.
Yours
I
was still
hadn't
working?
frozen it up
I
yet.
think I dropped mine at that point.
Okay.
I may have ruined my sewing machine at that point. There was
Yeah, I
one point
used
where I
mine.
broke.
Okay.
But yeah. Anyways, you.
So, if you do a quick search for, oh wow, what exactly it's called? It's, I think it's the final episode of Beyond Geek second season. Here on YouTube, you can find the trailer for it with Brittany, who is also from Smosh. She's wearing the Jedi outfit that I created, and both of the Endor helmets and the poncho was made from the leftover fabric from that project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay for holding on to scraps.
Yay for hoarding
Eventually
scraps.
you'll use them.
Right.
Because it's the great texture. But anyways,
Yeah.
I was using scraps, ran out of scraps. We used every last little tiny scrap. There were no scraps left over.
No, there's some I haven't cleaned up yet, but it's nothing worth saving.
No, literally, this is the only scrap piece left.
Right.
This is the extent of our scraps from the fabric.
And I know you can't see the texture very well. It has got a canvas texture, but it also has the occasional.
Slub.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
when you
little
get the,
slub.
the little larger
Yeah.
threads going through it. This was an upholstery foam. I mean, an upholstery fabric that I picked up from a now defunct fabric shop called Hancock Fabrics.
Yeah, it gives it that natural texture and the homespun look. But-
Which is what I wanted, right?
Yeah, which is totally Jedi Knight. This stuff's great, but it's a little bit heavier than what her poncho would have made, and it's a little bit darker, but I
Right.
liked it better for the helmet, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to try it next time with painter's tarp, because I feel like I could get the whole hood, the whole poncho,
Oh, by far.
and a helmet out of a...
If you get the little one, if you go get like a 9x12, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be 3 yards by 4 yards, 9x12. It'll have a seam in it, but still, you're going to have so much fabric you can make.
Yeah, it can be on one side of the seam. I don't need
Yeah.
to be... Yeah, I could totally
You
get
totally
my...
do it.
So I was thinking of using a painter's tarp just so it's a lighter weight than this, because this is a little heavier weight. This is the stuff you like use on an awning or an outdoor pillow. It has that scratchy texture to it, which is great.
Mm-hmm.
But for her poncho, it looked more like a lighter weight canvas.
It does.
So
We have a 10-pound super chat from Maximilian Hammerschmidt. I've only been to several German comic cons in Dortmund, yet I've not been to any cons in America. Understandable. I haven't been to any outside of America. I've been to something outside of California. In 2019, I sang The Reigns of Castamere for Jerome Flynn. That's a bronze actor on Game of Thrones. Oh, that's really cool. Behind the mic. That's really cool.
wow.
And Maximilian says, I was super nervous because it was very spontaneously, but he reacted super awesome, and several people praised me for my singing afterwards. That's cool.
Yes. I'm glad you were brave enough to sing, because not everybody is, and I felt it out.
Yeah, no. What are the songs I could probably karaoke? Oh, how about Tequila? Could probably do that one.
I like...
or maybe...
I Will Survive and Turn Around Bright Eyes.
There you go, yes.
Those are my karaoke songs.
Total Eclipse of the Heart.
I think
yeah.
we are to the right shine of blue.
We are. So I'm going to go with what Steve suggested on his channel, which is to make the bottom edge, where it's going to cover over the stomach, make that match up. So I'm going to push it down a little bit. So that's flat across that point, but then I'm going to creep it and force it up and over and overlap the chest over the side piece, which gives it a little dimensionality.
Subtle little darts.
Subtle little darts. And that'll still get covered with
dowels.
half dowels.
Half dowels.
But you'll still see it because there's a, especially on his, it's a 10 millimeter difference, but there's a 6 millimeter difference here.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Sorry.
It's okay. I'm just trying to remember where the camera's pointed, so if we're switching to close-up, we can actually see it. So I get the two sides matching up, and then I let it go,
Gotta smoosh it together.
about that much, and then we're going to smoosh it together. We'll just smoosh it.
So much smooshing.
Is it too small?
Holy handbags, Batman!
Holy handbags, Batman! Oh yeah, there. It's the beginnings of a Heimdall helmet.
Oh, there you go.
All right. This piece was supposed to go in the middle, and it is undersized because we're trying to make it curve, right?
Interesting, because I was like, is that gonna fit?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
So it glues in,
about a
And then-
1/4 inch seam allowance.
and then you pull it in, and you pull it down.
So you gotta smoosh it.
So we're smooshing it. This is one of the nice things about foam. And by causing that action, you get
Yeah.
body shape.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense. About a 1/4 inch all the way around.
I think it's about a 1/4 inch all the way
On
around.
the inside, not this edge.
Correct, on the inside. We want the overlying lip.
Okay. Boogers.
And this is totally from memory. I have not watched this video in 3 weeks.
I feel like this is just how Odin makes. Right or wrong.
Right or wrong, here we go.
We're sticking it together.
It's
It-
on the internet. Everyone will let me know. Everyone will let me know when I'm wrong. I'm just saying. Hey, we got another super chat from Legend Alex, 2 pounds. Hey guys, how are you both today?
I'm hanging in there.
I was gonna say tired, but that's pretty normal.
Yeah.
I suddenly I fell down a animated GIF rabbit hole, doing it totally the wrong way. I had taken some cell phone footage of a train going by about a couple weeks ago, and pretty late last night, it's like, oh hey, I can make an animated looping GIF of this train going by and post it as, hey, Odin Makes live now with more train camera, whatever, and
Trying to be fancy.
trying to be fancy. And I got it to work, but of course I went about it the wrong way. It was a huge GIF, which I'm working with broadcast video, so it's like, yeah, this is fine, whatever. And I'm gonna go a little lower.
Me? Oh, sorry.
And
So people can see what I'm doing.
right, you can see what you're doing. 4 hours later, I'm getting it rendered out, and it's sort of working, and then I'm finding out the file size is too big, and nothing will accept it. And so I try to re-render it instead of like from scratch. Would have been faster than having Media Encoder Train change the size of the GIF, and because it took an hour to bake. It's like, are you kidding me? It's a freaking 14-second GIF. Anyway, I suddenly looked outside and went, oh, the sun's up. I probably should go to bed. That was my night.
And yet there is no train gift for you guys.
And
Sorry.
there's no train GIF.
We tried.
I got it done, but it's too big. YouTube wouldn't accept it. Instagram wouldn't accept it. It's, oh no, that's too big. I don't like the flavor of that GIF.
You gotta appreciate it though.
Right.
Tried.
Definitely tried.
Do I try and get it into the little?
No, because we
Okay.
won't be sticking into the little. Just the surface is fine.
All right, that's good to know because I was trying there for a second and
Nah.
realized why bother.
Right.
There you go.
It'll never stick down in there.
And we don't need the bottom, just the
No.
these edges. Okay.
Yeah, the bottom will get covered with the 20 millimeter dowel when that happens,
Okay.
but not yet.
20 millimeter dowel.
That's the big one.
The big one. There we
Yeah.
go.
So the big one only goes around the bottom, and then the 2 packs of 15 do all the rest of the trim.
Oh, that's good to know. Do we have more of those?
Richard Stroh says, hey Odin, how would you go about making a fairy godmother's wand from Shrek 2? Step 1, I would double check my sources and actually make sure I know what it looks like, because off the top of my head, it's a stick with a star on it that sparkles, right?
I don't know what hers looks like.
Yeah,
I
I
know
don't
that the
remember.
fairy godmother from Cinderella, she pulls it out of,
Thin air.
and it's just a stick.
Right.
It reminds me of like the conductor ones.
Yeah,
And
very
I would
much.
just buy a white conductor one because then it would be perfect. But for the fairy godmother in Shrek, what's
In Shrek.
the top? And is it sparkle? Does it make noise? Does it go ka-ching
Right.
when you whack people on the
Well,
heads with it?
I think it sparkles. I think it has a star on the end of it, but I could be confusing it with the Lego element for their wand, which has a star on the end of it.
I wonder if you can make it sparks.
Make it spit sparks?
Yeah.
You could. You wouldn't be able to take it to a con.
Well, you don't make it sparkle at the door.
At the door. You can make it sparkle electronically with some...
I know they used to add those to the little kid wind-up toys all the time, just little sparks.
Yeah. Where it
Little
was...
flints with the...
Yeah, basically it was a lighter without fluid.
Yeah.
Oh, you used to have a wind-up Godzilla that did that.
But I also have no idea what this one specifically looks like. I just want to make it sparkle.
I would put you can have fiber optics coming off the end of it with a couple of LEDs, and the ends of the fiber optics would glow, and you'd be able to get an electronic sparkle that would kind of wave around with it. That wouldn't be flammable.
That would be con safe.
That would be con safe.
Jag nabbit with
Yeah,
all
the whole
those
con
glue
safe
and
thing. I know.
fumes and hairspray and things that come along with all this costuming that's highly flammable.
How come I can't have flame? You know what I need? A nice indoor flamethrower. I mean, come on.
Right? I always like to add a little spark.
Right. I mean, we can get a boring one, right?
So, I don't know. We'll have to look up what the magic one looks like.
Right.
And then see if we could add fireworks.
But I would go about with, so if we're going to make it light up, it would need to have, once I got the Lego one stuck on my head, we'd probably put some sort of battery in the bottom that would be able to handle the LED. I would have an LED in it with, that either was a repurposed flashlight that made the end light up, which could be made from plastizote. Plastizote is a type of translucent foam that disperses.
Translucent?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
It disperses light really well. Plastizote is different from the white foam your electronics is packed in, but very similar, and that stuff's just fine. So if you still have the packing left over from your 3D printer, and it's that white, foam made from old milk cartons, that totally will work. I would cut the head out of that, put a flashlight underneath it, it'll light up. It'll look brighter on your cell phone pictures than it does in life, so don't stress when you're holding it going, that's not bright enough. Take a picture of it, look at it through a camera lens. It looks way brighter than it does to your eyes.
Yeah, because also when you're outside in daylight just takes all the glow from your props. Like your King Kong axe just looks blue in real light.
Right.
But as soon as you turn off the light, it glows. But it just looks like a really pretty blue, but it is glowing.
But it is glowing.
Yeah.
So that's it. Is that close enough? And then lots of glitter. Just last no.
Yes, glitter. The herpes of craft supplies.
The herpes of craft supplies.
Oh my gosh, every time I would sweep the floor at Decades, there was just glitter everywhere.
Oh, I'm sure, especially at Decades.
Yes.
All right. So what I'm looking at, sorry, I'm grabbing this from you, but
no worries. There's one glob that I was waiting for, but it looks dry now.
Definitely have the peak of the home plate shape here, right? So that's the center, and I'm lining that up with the center of the seam on the chest as my place to start. And it's kind of make sure that I'm getting it. Alrighty, and I'm going to rock it over to the one side.
You gotta smoosh it.
And now I'm going to smoosh it and work it around. I'm going to go ahead and try to, not let the other side stick.
Do you need a piece of paper in there?
No, I just need to be a little careful. I'm going to force the bend on it a little bit there. Oh, look at that. It's not lining up.
Did I not do it far enough?
No, you did fine.
Now it's too short?
I didn't make a pencil mark.
Uh-oh. This is live, guys. Yes, we make mistakes.
All the time.
Oh, Bruno, my arm's too sore for you. Sorry.
So this is one of the fun things with contact cement. Usually contact cement is stronger than foam. So my foam tore trying to remove it.
Good thing we have more.
Good
1
thing we
inch
have
strips.
more.
So I will start gluing this.
Yes, please
start
start gluing
cleaning
that.
up.
I'll start cleaning this up, and then we'll need to make this a little wider.
The glue or
the glue path on this piece.
Okay, I'll make the glue there.
Yeah.
So.
And since this is hidden, I'm just going to cut it with a blade.
And we're going to cover that seam up with the seam cover anyways.
Yeah.
So there is at least that. Oh, it says check the Discord. We have our bet.
Oh, okay. Gotta
What
check
are they
Discord.
betting on? I'm nervous. And since this is already dry, I'm going to extend it on the sides and wait till I attach the top.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no.
So the question is, how does Odin like his duct tape coffee?
It's not coffee.
That's the first thing that's going to be a big shock to everyone. We
Mine
got
is
bits in here
coffee,
with black and
and
creams and
yours
sugars.
is-
And mine's is actually a chai tea latte. It's actually chai tea. I like coffee, and I'm not a huge fan of coffee, but I like coffee, and I come to coffee with the diet drink type mentality. I'm going to drink it black because
That's
if-
manly and tough way to drink coffee, right?
no, because if I'm going to put a bunch of milk and sugar and other stuff into it, I'd rather have a soda. You know, I'd rather have something else that I like the flavor of more if I'm going to put the crap in it.
Oh.
But if I'm going to if I want a 0-calorie drink, then fine, give me black coffee. And I actually like unsweetened iced tea.
Okay.
That's an easy one for me because same thing, but I actually like it. It's not like it's a bad thing. The other thing is sometimes with coffee, when I'm drinking even 1 cup, I have a lower threshold for dealing with frustrations, and I'll kind of hulk out. So I've gotten to where I don't drink coffee as much anymore because the caffeine from the beans of the coffee hits me way harder than the caffeine from the leaves of the tea. So when I drink coffee, it's black, and duct tape coffee is chai tea latte. So it has a milk component to it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I like cream with some coffee in it.
There you go. Right, cream with a touch of coffee. Yeah, like sometimes on my pizza, I'll order a 14-inch garlic with just a little pizza on top.
Yeah. It's almost dry, waiting for glue to dry.
So, how do I like my duct tape coffee? It's not coffee. How do I like my coffee when I actually drink coffee? Black.
There you go.
There you go. Probably still work. Star City is star. Oh, Yanolith Lightbringer. Hello, and welcome back to you, Yanolith. Philip Dahl. Hey, just wanted to say hi, and that I like your videos. I'm happy to have caught a live stream. Great editing and craftsmanship. Thank you.
Well, welcome. We're glad you're here. Thank you for
hello,
joining
Philip.
us.
Thank you for joining us. Strago, the Mad Game Master. Hey, Odin, how about a Skyrim build? Has Skyrim been ported to the Etch-a-Sketch yet? I mean, it's... there's nothing wrong with Skyrim. Sure, I personally have never played it. I've seen people play it. I've watched the gameplay. But
You didn't make
Skyrim's
the Skyrim?
never... No, someone else made the Skyrim helmet.
We had the Skyrim helmet at
At
Smosh,
And
out
it was
of
there.
foam.
And it was there when I got there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I didn't make it.
Right. I didn't make it either.
I don't know where that
never
came
made...
from. I always thought you did it.
Nope.
No?
I've never made an actual Skyrim prop.
Interesting.
And it's not that I have anything against Skyrim.
Do you
I've
want
never
to
played
cut
it.
this before, or do you want to put it on and then cut it?
Put it on, then cut it.
Okay, well then I'll put it on and you gotta cut it.
Okay. Advix of the $2 super chat. Why did I say half and half? Only strangers use that. Nothing wrong with half and half. I just... You start adding stuff to coffee, you're going to start adding calories to coffee. It's a really weird mindset on it, but, you know, if I'm going to drink something I don't normally really want to drink anyway, just keep it 0 calorie. Train coffee!
Alright, I'm gonna take the dogs out to go to use the bathroom real quick,
Cool.
and I will be right back.
All right.
While you cut that.
I will cut this.
I need my face mask. Did I leave those there? Yes.
Oh, come on. There it goes. The glue is grabbing the blade. Come on. There we are. All right, that's fine. And then this piece will have extra glue on it. It could be a bow tie, I guess, but I'll just throw that away. Do I have anything that can spur me on to... We got on here. Jack of all trades says, dang it, I said 3 cream and 2 sugar. All right. Vincent52 with a $20 super chat says, hey Odin, can I have the broken Captain America shield and happy Mother's Day and say hi to the doggies? Well, the doggies are out doing doggy things, and unfortunately, I'm not really ready to let go of the Captain America shield yet. Thank you very much for the super chat. That's awesome, but if If you see me at a con, you can hold it and get a picture with it. But I'm still attached to my Captain America shield. But there are props that are going to be publicly available for the first time, and that's going to become part of the Kickstarter for Foam Armory. These are the people who make the foam chainmail, right? The stuff we used with the previous project we did with the Witcher armor that lasted for a few months. They're doing a Kickstarter to get their scale mail made. So it's going to be the same type of chainmail, but now with dragon scales added to it. The Kickstarter just happened about a week ago. They're already 100% funded, but they're that's not the way Kickstarter works. It's going to keep going for its full 30 days. So they're adding on stretch goals, and I'm going to be sending the Witcher armor that Felicia and I made that has their chainmail on it. I'll be sending that to them so that they can add in as a single big ticket reward, as well as my Landa Calrissian helmet from Return of the Jedi, which doesn't have a whole lot to do with chainmail, but it's going to be the first place that any Odin Makes prop is going to be publicly available for purchase. And it's going to be specifically those two props. Now, the Witcher armor was made just to quickly be worn. So when you get it, it isn't going to be, the Witcher armor from the game. It's going to be, you put it on, you're going to need to make some adjustments to it. You're going to need to maybe fix a couple of things, because it's generic cosplay. It wasn't made to fit a specific person. But still, it's the first time something like that is going to be available. You guys got a hello from Vincent52. And from out in the hallway, it's hello, Vincent52. And we now have empty doggos back in the shop. So yes, ideally you should have a respirator or some other PPE when you're using contact cement, because it does create, there is a bit of a fume that goes along with it. In the shop, not only is there 2 different vents in the building, there's a passive one up on the roof, and today there's a large hole in the side of the building here. There's also, just out of the camera shot, I've got a vent that is blowing in fresh air from the other room directly onto our head. So I actually don't smell the contact cement. Doesn't mean that it isn't there, but it's not like what I remember doing guar in the back of a comic shop where we got pretty loopy.
You went on a full inch over. That's cool.
Yeah, just make it enough.
Yeah. I'd be worried about overcovering because you don't seem to be concerned because we'd be sealing it with that anyways.
Right, and we still might seal it under the seal because it's a different texture, but...
well, there you get it from Odin himself.
If you really want to, you can take it back off with a couple of different chemicals. Acetone can do it after a little while. It takes some effort. Naphtha, xylene.
And that doesn't eat the foam?
That doesn't eat the foam. The foam is chemical resistant. Those will do it a lot faster, but those two are getting to be near impossible to find in California. Thanks, Proposition 65.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
Let's not have cancer.
You can't get denatured alcohol anymore, which is camping fuel. I wonder if it's some sort of underhanded political move of, if we take all the camping fuel away from the homeless, they'll go away, right?
No, because then they'll just use
something else. Yeah. So, because I went to go get denatured alcohol is basically ethanol, and that works really well for washing your resin prints. And when I got the new Washing Cure Plus, which now holds 9 liters of fluid, I thought, well, let's go buy a couple gallons of that because it'll be cheaper than 99% isopropyl alcohol IPA. But
didn't work as well.
Yeah, you can't buy it in the state anymore. Nobody has that law actually passed last year, but everyone was allowed to sell out of the stock they had. They weren't allowed to bring any more in. So by the time I went looking for it, it was all gone.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Bugger.
So the more
or
you know.
Bobbins, as another YouTube channel I like watches. William Connors lost the bet, saying I should have gone with my gut. And Paul Vregovich also, I need to pony up my fair share. Did anyone win? Yeah, someone won the bet. I saw somebody said black in the Discord.
Dan Does Junk is enjoying the train artwork. The shield belongs in a museum, says Jorts. Camping and fire fuel in California. Yeah, that's right. And Guard Warland won.
Almost there.
Almost there.
Gotta breathe on it just a little longer.
Yeah, I'll set my head on it.
Move it out of the way.
Advixen says, Felicia, what happened? You're looking a little blue now. Well, two things happened. I was going to say I adjusted the white balance of the camera, but I turned around and realized
I threw on a jacket.
that's blue.
Yeah. No, I'm feeling the bit under the weather.
Ralph Morick says, ooh, I need to get the bigger washing cure too. Yeah.
Is that?
I actually put it away. It's in the
Yeah,
other room.
okay.
That's going to be the video this week. Anycubic sent me one actually a while ago, and so I'm printing up the Aether box. Who made it? Props and Stuff? Was that the channel? Anyway, he told me I could do it for my channel as well. 3D printed it. Did it all with the washing cure. The washing cure. So I've got my resin printer, the large resin printer, which is a resin printer. It's great. When you finish with the resin print, you gotta clean the uncured resin off of it and just get what's left. And I was literally using, one of these bottles and spraying it down into a bucket, and it was.
Is that what you did with The Witcher?
That's what I did with The Witcher. Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit. No, actually, we used the washing cure of The Witcher, but it was maybe a little of both. And that worked for me, but it was kind of clunky. And it became a real hassle when I was trying to really clean the tool, clean the actual printer, to get all the resin off of it, because I was going to set it aside, because I don't print every day. So I don't like to leave the resin in it. So with the washing cure, yeah, it's like, set it for 6 minutes, drop the stuff in the fry basket, clean up something else, come out, take the thing out, and I can put all the parts from the printer into it because it's big enough, like the whole build plate, the whole resin vat, everything will fit, not at the same time, because I don't want to hurt the FEP. But I can put it all into the thing. I ended up buying a stainless steel funnel to strain my resin through to make sure I don't have any particulates going back into my bottle. And when that's done, I just throw it into the washing cure to rinse it all off. It made the printing aspect enjoyable because it became a very simple thing to do for all the cleanup.
Not a huge task.
Not a huge task. No.
Not like doing dishes.
No, not like. It's the difference between doing dishes by hand and having a good washing machine where you just kind of rinse them and throw them in. Yeah, it's very much that.
I think we're there.
Okay.
I think it's the right kind of shiny.
So if I'm here. I'm going to go almost the whole width down.
Well, there you go. I will watch very intensely. Toby, come here. Come over here so we can back up. He's not moving.
Yeah.
Come here.
So that's my spiel for washing cure. And
Toby, you bumped the
yeah, it's all right.
earthquake. No, it's just Toby.
Just Toby. There was an earthquake here a couple days ago.
Yeah, I heard about that, but I
Yeah.
didn't feel it.
I felt it.
I got a notice on my phone, but
That
I
was-
didn't see it.
Oh yeah, I was finishing up the last minute edit on the Jedi helmet. That's what was going on when that happened. We had a 5.0 earthquake under Truckee or near Truckee, and in my upstairs office, I actually felt the floor sway.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was like, what's going on? Because I was, it was late at night. I was being fairly quiet. I was just editing, sitting in my chair. All of a sudden, I felt like I was in a rope swing.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this is not what I wanted. Okay. So that's about 5/8 of an inch. Because I grew up with one system of measurement, and that's the system I'm used to using for eyeball
Popsicle.
measuring.
Popsicle sticks to
Popsicle sticks, yes.
the phone conversions.
Popsicle sticks to cat toy layer conversions. Exactly. I don't know how well you can hear Felicia in the corner there.
Sorry. I'll be out in just a second.
No, you're good. I'll bend this back, and you really start to get the superhero pack and the. It's a size small on a size XL guy, but you know it's. It starts to make the shape. It starts to do the thing.
It's starting to look good.
Starting to do the thing. So that's basically the chest as much as I remember for what we're supposed to do with it. And then the back, might need to take a quick break and get Felicia a chair. It's all right. I understand.
We didn't transfer the marks, did we?
We have not transferred the marks. We probably should do that. I was thinking about that. You transfer the marks, I'll go grab you a chair.
Awesome. So, there we go. And it goes this way up. And go like that. Just kind of. Okay, what are you guys saying? Those are all questions for Odin. I guess you'll have to wait till he gets back. They have some questions for you, Odin.
All right. Doggo, stay inside.
Right? So I transferred the marks to here, and then I marked how high up it needs to be glued.
Would you
but I
like to
haven't
sit
added
next to
glue.
the computer, or do you want to sit over here?
I'll be over here. You can be
Okay.
near the computer because they have asking you a few questions.
Ask me a few questions, all right? It's the 90s with attitude. We got see the picture in Discord? Word to your mother. That one I'll download so we can actually put it up. So we're going to save that image. There. And we're going to run over to our control panel. So questions. I'll let a little window cover it up. And then we're going to go favorites. Downloads, Word Mother JPEG, and we'll just throw that. Oh, great. There we are.
Bruno is not happy
No.
right now. He sees that I'm sitting. He's like, why aren't you letting me up?
Should be loaded, so we should be able to pop over to Word to your mother for Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day,
Happy
all
Mother's Day.
guys.
ATM Props and Cosplay says, Odin, any interest in making comic-style pumpkin bombs? That could be cool. I have to look at them again. I vaguely remember them. But that would actually be another good Spider-Man prop, because I haven't made any. And there's a Spider-Man movie this year, so I should be doing that.
Yeah, you already did the web slinger.
Yeah. We got Control, Alt, Delete. Says, hey, Odin, could you make Joker's heist mask from The Dark Knight? By the way, can you say a swear word? Hell no.
Well, I swear.
Right. I swear. Well, damn it. Rebel Base Build is here saying, hey, Rebel Base, hello. So we're talking about the poncho video again. I don't know if you heard it earlier, but hey, for everyone else who heard the story already, we'll relive it again. Felicia and I are talking, and we're going to go ahead and shoot an all-new poncho video because Felicia's got some new ideas on how to make the poncho more accurate, how to simplify the pattern slightly, and add a couple little things that'll help it hang correctly. So we're going to start over from scratch, probably from a painting drop cloth, and we might start shooting that this week. It might be next week. It all depends on how some other non-shooting stuff happens this upcoming week. So
Yeah, life, you know.
yeah, life. Life. Don't talk to me about life. But anyway, so more Rebel Base build plugs coming up with the Poncho video, and everyone's asking for it, so that's happening.
It will happen.
It will happen.
Yeah.
And for anybody who doesn't know who Rebel Base Build is, that's James from the Rebel Base Build. He was the one that helped out with this last week's Endor Rebel Trooper helmet. And I think he did a fantastic job with the 3D modeling and the 3D printing and the reference material that he created for us. And if you haven't seen his channel, you need to go and check it out. He's done a build I would never have considered, which is the couch, the bench for the Millennium Falcon. I've always heard of it as being a gravity couch. It's what Chewbacca and 3PO are sitting at while Chewbacca and R2 are playing the holographic chess, right? While Luke's trying to bat the car part thing out of the air.
I'd let the Wookiee win.
Yeah, let the Wookiee win. Richard Stroh, have you guys seen HR Puffin stuff? Yeah, I'm a 70s kid. I've seen HR Puffin stuff.
I dressed up as Witchy Poo one year for Halloween.
Well, there you go.
Because I had this really great 70s purple dress. Anyways. I like that character, but... No, I didn't watch it, but yes, I did dress up.
Brian Zappo. Hey, Odin, is there a tool which you had to save up to buy, or is there a tool which you want to buy, but is still too expensive? I can probably answer both. Save up and buy. It's been a while. Because I got to a point where I would just, well, there's a threshold. It's like, oh, I'll just get that because it's only whatever amount. Okay, well, it is an or question. Save up and buy. I know in the past, like I had to save up to get, drill kits, or I had to save up to, I remember saving up to get my first table saw and stuff like that. At this point, too expensive to just buy? Yeah, I want a laser cutter. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
Not a vacuum form machine?
I actually bought a DVD for making a vacuum form machine.
Okay.
Yeah, the Fawn Davis one, the one that was from the San Winston School of Arts. It's very similar to the one that Adam Savage makes. And yeah, going to be at some point in time, because I'm not real hardcore, I'm making a vacuum form machine. Yeah, I kind of would like to have one again. I had one 20 years ago at Play that worked differently. It worked like leaves in a book. You had a heating element on one side and the vacuum portion on the other side, and the plastic attached to a hinge in the middle. So it would be on this side, it would heat up, and then you'd flip it over onto what you wanted to draw it down. It was made to be a shop vacuum form for making dimensional signage. So you'd like put a piece of wood on it with your letters on it, and then you get vacuum form on it. You get your whatever sign. You get then backlight, right? That's kind of what it was made for.
Interesting.
But we could do all sorts of things. But it was weird the transfer, because if you overheated the plastic, it would start to sag or slump.
Oh,
but
yeah.
of course, gravity would do a thing as you brought it over.
No, I totally was seeing problems that could easily happen.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Fawn Davis one is the helium element. It looks like a popcorn machine, right? Like the Carnival popcorn machine. You've got the vacuum table in the bottom. You have these 4 aluminum stands that go up. You have the heating element at the top. So the plastic frame clicks to the top, magnets or clamps. You heat up until you see it start to sag, and then you just go straight down onto your work. So the softest heated point in the middle is where you want to put the work, right in the middle, to give you the most amount of, and that doesn't stress the plastic, making it too thick on one side, too thin on the other.
Using gravity to your advantage.
To your advantage.
As opposed to against you.
Yes.
I think it's ready squooshed together.
Okay.
It looks like it's ready for smooshing.
Ready for smooshing. I'm going to literally just cover up the dots so we don't see them in the final.
Mm-hmm.
And you can kind of tell I'm sort of forcing a curve into it.
There's also going to be a dowel, which makes everything so much less stressful.
It does. There's going to be a dowel that's going to hide all the seams, but
still.
Still, putting a curve into it to try and make sure that it actually
goes around the body.
Goes around the body, and it helps. It's getting a curve going this way too.
Yep.
So it's going to fit the back a little better. I need to double check on how the straps attach. I think they're not just straight here.
I feel like they go under. See?
I think they go under it.
With the
oh yeah,
Velcro.
yeah. Oh, the Velcro goes in the back. Oh, yeah, of course the Velcro
So
goes in
the
the
front,
back.
I believe they attach directly, but in the back, I think they. See?
Oh, it looks like they go under on both.
Yeah.
His goes under on both sides.
Oh yeah, it does go under on both
Oh, what's
sides.
the strip? What's the strip here? I'm not remembering.
Which
Oh, that's right. He put a piece of 2 mil in here.
Just to help reinforce.
Just
the
to
back.
help create a curve. I forgot about the 2 mil strip. Yeah.
And this wouldn't work.
No.
No.
Let me dig around in my scrap pile and try and find a. There's a piece of leftover Godzilla. Okay, we got a.
I was trying to see what people are saying.
That's good.
Squid Stick says hello.
Hello, Squid Stick.
And PH Voice Art says nice job. And Sean Kennedy says top of the hour, 4 p.m. for me. Wow.
4 p.m.
4 p.m. on a Sunday. That sounds lovely.
Well, it is 1 o'clock. It is Mother's Day. So, quick question to the chat. Do we want to just continue with the build, or do we want to stop and have me open up another childhood box my mom sent me a couple weeks ago? So,
Let's get the glue on this, and while it
Yeah.
dries, we can get the box open.
okay, maybe. I remember it felt like it took a little while last time. That's kind of partly why I'm asking. 'Cause I don't know if people really care about seeing rando stuff from my childhood.
Oh, I was going to say they don't want to see glue dry, because that's like the fascinating part of the show.
Well, it's, yeah,
Yeah.
fair enough, but it might be that it's not so much watching glue dry. There's more interaction directly with them and less me opening up a box and going, oh, I remember this thing. Look, it's my, pacifier.
Unknown Soldier says box!
Box!
Frankovich says box! And Ian Spider-Man says what's in the box?
What's in the box?
Jack of all trade goes box!
All right, we'll be getting the box.
And we got Sean Kennedy going box, and Squid Sticks going box. And
All right, well, sounds like box is happening then.
yes, so I think you got your answer.
I think I got my answer. So what we're going to want to do,
So what is that for?
what this will do,
It's so little and thin. Is it going to make that big of a difference?
yes, we're going to glue both sides, and then when we glue it on, we're going to force this into a curve and glue this on
Slightly smaller in the curve. That makes a
slightly
lot of
smaller in
sense.
the curve, and it'll help hold that curve. Yep, I remember that in the video now. And I don't see one in the front, it's only in the back. It's one of those things where, rewatching the video would have been a good idea. All right, so box is going to happen. Maximilian Hammerschmidt, question for Felicia and Odin. What was your favorite TV show or your favorite movie growing up? And do you have a certain childhood hero? Mine is or was Mr. Bean. So growing up.
Growing
that's
up, Recess. I liked Recess.
Very cool.
It was based off of Hogan's Heroes, and
Yeah.
the box set just came out when I was still living at my parents', and I used to watch Hogan's Heroes before going to bed, and it reminded me of Recess, which was my favorite show. So
Hogan's Heroes, depending on which box, when they remastered Hogan's Heroes into HD,
I had all of the whole seasons. All of them.
they still had the original film negatives, and they transferred new film negatives to make the HD version.
Interesting.
And so it actually became 16 by 9 because it wasn't originally. They had the space to do it. So on occasion, you would see stuff you weren't supposed to see. You'd have, C-stands or microphones or something popping in because that was all
Interesting.
cropped out originally. But they accepted it because the overall quality was going to be so much better than just upscaling the old pan and scan.
Makes a lot of sense, but I didn't
Yeah.
notice any of that.
Okay. I had
But
a,
also, I wasn't worried about losing
Right.
movie magic at that time. But
I had a friend that was super excited about it talking about that, so I get that. I was all over the place. It was whatever was on at the time.
right?
Yeah.
Variety is the spice of life.
So there's a particular hero that the character was a superhero. He wasn't necessarily my hero. I aspire to be not Will Wilkins. That's a different guy. Bob Wilkins. So there's
Will
a local.
Wilkins is a Patreon.
Will Wilkins is a Patreon. Bob Wilkins was a local TV guy from the Bay Area. And Bob Wilkins did two things, both of which I watched as a kid. One of them was called Creature Features. And he would sit in a large leather recliner, smoke a cigar, and talk about monster movies.
and he did a lot of the, you know, Universal monsters. He occasionally did Godzilla, and you know, them and all sorts of things. And so it was kind of like Elvira, Mistress of the Dark, but instead you had Bob Wilkins, who was a few years earlier. He was late 70s instead of Elvira was early 80s.
So you like monsters?
So I like monsters. So, but he also did a children's version, which was Captain Cosmic, and that was on Channel 2 in the Bay Area. And he literally had a motorcycle helmet with a visor that was mirrored, and like an Evel Knievel cape, and a really big dumb box robot. But he was the live host that would talk about the movies that they would break into a 5-part serial that would play Monday through Friday at like 4:30. And so I saw my first Ultraman watching Captain Cosmic. I got to see some other. Trying to remember. I remember seeing Rodan. I remember seeing Gamera and stuff like that. Anyway, but I know there's more stuff I saw watching Captain Cosmic that I would normally see. And on occasion, he would also show animated stuff. It wasn't just monster movies, but
yeah, but it had your
definitely had my attention because I was exactly the right age. I've got a Captain Cosmic T-shirt. Talk about a micro fandom. It's like, oh yeah, it's a UHS station from the late 70s, early 80s with a show that was on for maybe 2 years at the most. I got a T-shirt.
Is this too dry?
We're gonna put stress
Another
on it. Go ahead and do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've worn the T-shirt in the live stream before.
Yeah, you have.
Oh.
Oh, there's a big old box.
There's a big old box.
Box. I'll move these to the side to dry.
So this is the final box that has been sent from my mother to me with the stuff that she kept from my youth. So I have no idea what's in here. Actually, I have a vague idea. I know one item that should be in here. She asked me if I wanted it. But aside from that, I don't know. And we'll go through this kind of quickly because I know we could easily eat up a whole lot of time doing this. And then we'll have to make sure when this is ready to go, we'll put this together so it doesn't...
Yeah, it's almost there.
Oh, look! Peanuts. Great. Mom sent me a bunch of styrofoam.
It'll last forever.
It'll last forever. Probably totally blocking camera, too. There we are right there. And inside we have... It's another box! What's in the box? A box!
A box in a box.
It's boxception.
Odin's
Did my mom
nesting
prank me?
box. What do you need?
Can I get the trash can?
Yes.
Actually, I doubt my mom pranked me. She's not really that tight.
Oh, there is a box in a box.
I mean, she enjoys humor and she enjoys goofy things, but she's never really been the prankster.
I try and prank people, but I always end up just getting myself instead.
Like the rubber cockroach?
Yes, exactly like the rubber cockroach. Or I like to put chatter teeth in my kitchen drawers when I have guests over, because if they open drawers, it scares the crap out of them, but I always just get myself. Got you an Instapot.
It's an Instapot.
That's how your mom tells you
I would never
all
expect
of
my mom to send me Instapot.
Does she have an Instapot?
Apparently. Let me pick up the styrofoam before Bruno does.
Yeah, those peanuts are gonna last forever.
Yep. A couple of these are the cornstarch ones, I think.
Sorry. Oh, I think it's ready to glue.
Yep, that's cornstarch.
Okay. So,
So what we're gonna want to do
it's like you've done this before.
Yeah, maybe. Of course, I'm probably putting a better curve on this side, so now it's going to be uneven. And it just forces a little more of a curve into it. It'll still flatten out on your back, but...
It'll just hold a curve when it's flattened out. Makes sense.
I don't think he curved it this way. I think it was specifically to go that way.
Okay.
And I've done that, you know, a few times, yeah.
So now we need
Now we have
elastic. Not
Instapot.
elastic,
We're going to need Velcro.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to need Velcro for these guys, and these need to be attached to the front. So,
This part?
I think that's where the... No, where did the Velcro go? I thought that's where the Velcro went. Now I'm going to have to watch the dang video.
Well, do you want it front or do you want it in the back? I would put the Velcro in the back.
I put the Velcro in the back. And I'm pretty sure... Yeah, okay.
And then we also need
I
it
would-
to be
I would glue-
adjustable.
That makes more sense to be for the front.
Yeah.
Because that's a very solid, and then it's still coffee stir stick distance.
Okay.
So I would...
You want me to put the glue on that while
And
we are
then we
open?
just put a single piece of Velcro on this piece that can then fit wherever on the long strip in the back.
Okay. Works for me.
Cool. And if I'm doing that wrong, that's because I didn't watch the video again. I'm just looking at it, making it up. So it just says Odin's photos. So let's see how many baby photos are in here. Tom Grew says, I would love to have an uncle like you, Odin, with a big heart. Thank you, Tom Grew.
Well, that's what you can call your barbecue sauce company, Uncle Odin's.
The nickname I got at DIY Prop Shop was Uncle Foam.
Uncle Phone.
Yeah, I was fond of that. I did not see that as a derogatory name at all. I have to remember to take this stuff home tonight. My wife's going to get a kick out of it.
It's like, is your wife a kitten?
My wife a kid. Okay, I didn't mean the foam. I meant the pictures.
Okay, that makes more sense. I'm like,
I
is
meant
she
this
gonna
stuff.
You're sitting digging through all the pellets, and I
I'm
was like,
digging
is
through-
she
right.
gonna have? You building her a ball pit?
I don't even see what the date is on that, but that's
I want to see. Aww.
okay. What's that? Oh wow, she has that. So what do we got here? Oh, okay. Wow.
What is that?
It's a little. Oh, it's from my Uncle Tom. Wow.
Odin's uncle.
Odin's uncle, the guy that suggested the name Odin. It is a little flocked plastic bear, and that's flocked. That's a real word. It's not a swear word. It's when you put the fuzzy stuff onto something, right? You get flocked. Anyway,
You glue fibers to a solid surface to get a fuzzy, velvety surface.
so it's a little tiny bear inside of a box from Redwood Highway. It's a souvenir that was mailed to me from.
Has your old home address.
That's my old home
From
address.
1977.
Yeah, it's got a cancel
2
date on it.
p.m. on
Wow.
1977.
I don't know why Mom kept some Fisher Price toys, but she's got some. So there's the Fisher Price Barrel People cow,
I was going to say, I had this toy.
right? And then there's the Fisher Price Adventure People zebra.
Oh, looks like you bit off the ears and the
Oh, I'm
tail.
sure. Or they were a rubber. They may have just rotted off too. I don't think I bit them
I
off.
was going to say, those look like little bite marks. Well,
Could have been other critters that bit them off too.
true.
I don't remember biting them off. So the Fisher Price Adventure People were 3 3/4 inch people that were hinged at the hips and at the shoulders and at the neck, and they were actually out before Star Wars figures. The first Star Wars figure prototypes were kit bashes from the Fisher Price Adventure People. So while Star Wars figures gets the credit for, popularizing this action figure size, which I guess popularizing is the right word, Fisher Price actually did it first.
Well, there you go.
because they were exactly the same size.
Fisher Price did it.
Fisher Price did it. Kenner copied. Oh, cool. There's the gorilla. Yeah. There's this neat safari set. I'm surprised she's got the animals. That makes sense. I still have some of the truck parts. Okay, so I got Dad would smoke cigars. I wonder what's in the cigar box. I know it's not cigars, but
One can hope.
we've got a negative of me as a kid. We have, oh boy, we have a cassette tape of my marching band from high school. And just, it was a Cub Scout knife. Oh, wow.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, that's actually kind of
Official
cool.
knife.
Official knife. And then
All your little patches.
all little patches. We've got Iron Horse Association from the 1991. Iron Horse being motorcycles. Dad was into hike-a-thon. Oh, of course. Oh, I talked about this on the live stream before. This is it. This is the Star Trek science badge from the first Star Trek con, the very first con I went to, that Mom sewed onto my hoodie. And it got washed and all the gold came off of it. This was purchased from Lincoln Enterprises. So this was purchased directly from Angel Barrett Roddenberry because that's what she did. March of Dimes stuff. Yeah. Demon Patch, that doesn't exist anymore as a ride at Disneyland. Here's Marine World Africa, USA. This was when it was in Redwood City.
Oh, yeah.
That's when they had the Bantha costume on display. Yeah, Moaning Cavern, more stuff from, yeah.
You had a good childhood.
I had a good childhood. Mercer Caverns. Another Marine World patch. Cool. Didn't realize I had a big old patch collection as a kid. That makes sense.
They did kids' patches. I remember getting them and going, what do I do with this?
Right. And recently I bought patches. I remember showing in the live stream before where somebody made
The little leather patches.
yeah, the leather patches with a really good print. Yeah.
Yeah.
So apparently I still like patches. There's a lot of stuff in this box. How are we doing on glue time?
I think we're just about ready to do the fronts. Look at that. Is that the right shine?
Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, I want this because I want to keep the same distance.
Yes, I marked it on this one.
Oh, good.
I didn't mark it on that one, though.
Thank you for marking it. Having something to keep your measurement distance, yes, Americans use anything that use the metric system. Having something as a guide for keeping a constant distance is really nice.
How many millimeters is this?
I think it's 6.
6 millimeters.
Yeah, I think that is actually 6 millimeters. It's the same thickness as the foam. So this
Yeah.
is 6 millimeters, but it happens to be a wooden coffee stir stick.
Yeah.
So feel free to make fun of the Americans for using,
Anything but.
anything but the metric system.
Yeah. Yeah, what's your conversion rate between popsicle sticks to foam? Coffee stirs versus tongue depressors.
Yep.
Conversion rates. Units versus units.
Well, a true popsicle stick is 10 millimeter foam. The coffee stir stick is 6 millimeter foam. And
Penciled? Tongue depressors?
tongue depressors are probably more like 14. They're a lot wider from what I remember. I've never measured. I ran out of tongue depressors. I haven't measured one in a while. Trying to think if I got anything that's going to be 2 or 4. Looks like that's close to 2. The side of the stir stick should be close to 2. No, it's a little less. It's more like 1.5.
So we have. And it's right at my waistline.
It's right where it should be.
Right where it should be.
Sweet.
Yay! Vegeta has bigger poops than me.
It's the big manly chest thing.
Yeah, it's because we
It's because
pulled it in.
I probably could have pushed this up. That might have flattened this a little bit, but
But I don't care.
it's fine. It's
I have
armor.
plenty of space.
Sure, that's okay.
So.
I'll get back to the box.
Oh yeah, we got distracted, didn't we?
No, it's okay. This is important to get done. The box is whatever.
We'll do next.
Um,
So now we need
I think
Velcro and.
what we wanted to do, what in the video, he attached one side, whichever
Yeah.
side it was, and it attached quite a bit. It's like, this is way oversized. Is there... My template line.
No.
No, he didn't quite mark it. He just gave more size.
He gave where his template ended, which.
So we might want to. We didn't bring the body form over.
Well, we have Joe's measurements. This is not
Okay.
his measurements. This is my painting pattern.
Because what we want to do is blah, 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 blah. We are going to want to glue one side solid, and then the other side we put the Velcro on.
Yes.
And so that's kind of what we need to
Mark and figure out where we're
out.
gonna be. Yeah.
And keep it as equal as we can. Although one side is adjust, so it's gonna be, but you can put Velcro on both sides if you want, and then it's like total adjustment. But
That actually might be easier, wouldn't it?
it might be easier. We might get away with.
You have fuzz on your head.
Of course I do. I opened a box.
Sorry, I couldn't unsee that.
That's all right.
All right, so we gotta glue it on one side. I had his measurements here, but now I don't see that piece of paper.
Actually, yeah. I wonder if we do just cheat and do it so it's Velcro, so it's even more adjustable, and it doesn't get pulled over to one side. So yeah, let's just do straight
Because we could
Velcro.
put the Velcro on this part.
Right. We put the hook on the ends here at like 1.5 inches or 2 inches wide, and put the 4-inch strip of loop on this piece, and then you have quite a bit of movement, right?
Yeah, works for me. Let's see if that would work. Well, should I go?
You find his measurements.
I will find the measurements and I'll bring the dummy over
Okay.
here. Oh, here's the paper.
I will bend over and put my good side towards the camera.
There you go.
So I got my box of 4-inch Velcro. We have a $5 super chat from Ad Vixen. Next time on Odin Makes. So today I make a patch sash for my forgotten childhood. Felicia, your sewing machine, please.
Give you a Russell costume,
Yes. Dude, Russell's cool.
right?
Yeah, here's Velcro.
Oops, I'm sorry, didn't mean to give you all an earthquake.
What, did we get the camera pretty good?
Yeah, I got it.
All right, I'll come over and recenter it. Right off? Okay. I don't want to cook your form. Cook the satin on your form. Oh, wow. Yeah, I vaguely remember this.
Ooh, is that shell?
Yeah. I think it's a picture of me. It's like an ASCII art
Puzzle.
of me, I'm pretty sure.
Well, next live stream, Odin makes a puzzle.
Yes. Yeah, sure. Well, next week, pre-show, we'll put this together. Did I drop a piece? No, good. That would not be cool.
Okay.
It just keeps going. Oh, there's more Fisher-Price toys. There's the tiger. Yeah, apparently Mom ran off with all the animals.
She bought them. She's gonna keep them.
Yep, that's fine.
Don't lose them.
Well, that would explain why I haven't been able to find the animals in forever.
Were you looking for them?
On occasion, yeah, because I had the trucks and the tent and stuff. And the people. There it is. That was the last thing I was trying to find. A lot of the stuff in here is more paperwork stuff. Oh, looks like the picture actually belongs in this.
Ooh.
It's my baby shoes.
Odin Abbott. Are those really your baby shoes?
Those are really my baby shoes. And Mom really specifically told them, because it was very common to make them very pretty and neat, right? When you turn the baby shoes in. And she said, no, don't tighten them up. That's how big they had to be to fit his feet.
Oh, my feet, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Aw. She's like, no, I need it to be realistic. I can appreciate that. So it's dipped in.
So it's, yeah.
Because the inside feels fuzzy.
Yeah. Whatever the process is for making baby shoes. And these are, yeah.
It doesn't sound metallic. It sounds plasticky. wonder if they resin dipped it and
That's
then,
possible.
like,
They just called
saturated
it bronze. I don't know how it works. If you were to dip, the fabric into bronze, one, it wouldn't because bronze is gonna be too thick.
Yeah.
And it would just burn them. So
Right?
yeah,
This sounds like plastic, though.
it probably is. They're probably just fiberglass, effectively. Odin's first walking shoes. He was a big baby. He weighed in at 10 pounds 10 ounces, and was a 3-month-old in 3-month-old clothes at birth. He was 10 or 11 months old when he started wearing these shoes. He was still crawling. He wore a hole in one of the toes. At a year, he weighed 33 pounds and was 34 inches tall. At 2, he was a size 4 toddler.
Aw, you must have been adorable.
I guess maybe this is the hole over here.
Yeah, that's where I would have guessed. It looks like it's worn out. Yeah, don't make it perfect.
Nope, don't make it perfect, 'cause that's what they were. And that picture.
Yeah, there's the hole right there. You can see it. Well,
Oh, okay.
yeah. That's really cool that you can do that to little baby shoes.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
It was a very common thing, at least at that time. Apparently it's
No idea. Oh, yeah.
So I think-
so they can see.
this goes like that, yeah. It's an Odin shrine. Thanks, Mom.
Were you ever little?
In utero? No, I was never little. I was 200 pounds in the 6th grade. That's what I remember. I was, I think my feet were bigger than my dad's, and I was 200 pounds in the 6th grade.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was a husky kid, but I wasn't a fat kid. It was just,
I didn't break 87 pounds until I was like my sophomore, junior year of high school.
okay.
I was one of those kids that the wind would get too strong and it would, like, I broke my wrist because I got blown over and
Oh,
my
wow.
backpack was too heavy and put my arm back to catch. Anyways, yeah,
Okay.
I was a little whiff of a thing.
I, backpack full of books in high school, I hit a frozen over pothole on my bike that was deep enough that it caught the wheel of the bike and I went right over the handlebars. And the backpack rode up on my head, so I really ground my face into the with the backpack on my head. So I got to school, got into band practice at school where you're never supposed to be late. There's no excuse acceptable. So I walk in bleeding. It's like, yeah, okay, go to the nurse.
No, I was standing in line for the bus, little 3rd grader. I got just off balance because, the backpack weighed more than I did.
Right.
Because the books, there was a bunch of them. And
Right. Did you have lockers?
no, I was not in elementary school for sure.
Well, that's true. Well, Jesus.
Yeah, when I got into middle school and high school, we didn't have lockers. But in
Okay.
middle school, I did the rolly backpack thing because I broke my wrist in elementary school.
Right.
But then they decided that it was fun to, like, kick those rolly backpacks.
Of course. 'Cause
So-
kids are a-holes.
Right?
Yeah! You kids know what I'm talking about.
So I would just leave my homework at home and not bring my books around,
Right.
But yeah, no, wind blew me over and I broke my wrist.
Wow.
Just a little whiff of a thing.
Wow, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Someone's singing electroforming. Sean Kennedy. Famine Studios says, "Hi guys, hope all is well." Yes. Puzzles for patrons? I'm game.
Sweet. So yeah, I'll be putting together my childhood puzzle that's ASCII art basically. It's not, but it's early ASCII art from 70s, 80s. I'm pretty sure it's a picture of me as a kid.
Yep, Squid Sticks remembering they've got 2 large totes of old toys, and there's even more in the closet. And Philip Dahl says, yeah, I think it's electroplating.
It probably is electroplating, bronzing, and then the electroplating,
I
So
think
it's
that's a fascinating
resining.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would make sense.
Okay. So.
Hi, Bruno.
All right, I can't do this by myself. Should we scoot
Okay.
this slightly forward?
Sure.
Yeah, so people can see. Oh, we can put it on the platform too.
Yes, let's put Felicia in Felicia's box.
There we go. Well, it's padded out to be Joe.
It's better not to be Joe. And then, sorry it leans.
Yeah, this was only a temporary solution.
Right.
Well, at least the version. What?
Do I have, wow, this has got,
Plenty.
I wonder if I need to square this up.
The thing. Hold on. So this would be. That's why I have that line for our.
Yeah, because
Or-
my side is really on an angle.
The kidney cover.
Yeah, they are very.
I wonder if I would. I think I want to square them up.
Well, yeah. Look at this side. So if you trim it off
Yeah.
and then square it up.
And then square it up. Yeah. I've got it padded over on the other side, but.
About how much are you gonna be taking in? Because then I can also throw it on to see how it will comfortably.
Why don't we T-pin inside of?
Will yellow pins be fine, or do you want T-pins?
Nope. Yellow pins are fine. Just put them in deep enough. What I want to do is pin it. Hopefully I've got it.
I have one pin hiding it here.
That's
so
good.
I'm gonna move it and put it in my center front. Right about.
Even though. Oh, there's one pin you got in the back here too.
Yeah, that was me just trying to hold it up.
No, it's great.
Yeah. And more. So I put one in the center front where I want it to hit on
Okay.
the collarbone. So if we do a boat neck, it would hit in the right spot.
Okay.
If we did a... My brain's not working. Sorry, people.
Good. You got the boat neck, which is the low collar that exposes most of the collarbone.
Yeah,
then
most-
you have the mandarin collar, the high collar.
The turtleneck.
Turtleneck.
The tactical turtleneck.
Tactical turtleneck.
And, yeah, so...
Armored turtleneck. I would just put it, yeah.
Oh, right there.
Right. Where the Velcro's going to be.
That is not even... It's stabbing only into the,
Stepping only into the
faux-
Joe padding.
yeah, into the padding, not into the solid
Okay.
foam.
Well, it was an idea. I guess it's not going to happen.
Nope.
Okay.
But we can pin this there, and then at least they're holding together.
Right. Just wanted to make sure that we had like an equal,
Even?
kind of an equal amount. Yeah.
Yeah, so it would be here. Especially since we're leaning.
And I know. I'm trying to ignore the lean a little bit.
Right? That's why I have that white line for our balance.
That's good.
The
Yeah.
elastic is our balance line.
Okay, it is. I've got the back on crooked,
Okay.
going up the white line. Ooh, I'm just gonna lose everything.
It's okay, let it go.
Where will I go?
Okay. Because I made sure that it matched his shoulder to waist at side, so this measurement should be correct. It should be
Okay.
14 from here to here.
That seems. Seems like just
Do you
going.
want a piece of, do you want a pencil, and I will hold it here.
Oh, there we go.
I pinched, here's pencil.
Thank you.
I'm holding.
Okay. What I'm doing is on the back. There's these stripes of the texture. The angle piece here, it ends and it's almost touching on the diagonal with about 10 millimeters of difference. On this other side, it's almost the same. It slipped down a little bit, but it's
Okay.
almost the same. So I think we've got it.
We can get it mark one side and then
It's
double
fairly
check, yeah.
So
We
if we're gonna go
have-
straight up and down, it's gonna be way forward. I wonder if I put too much of a bend in this. Well, no, it's kind of okay. It's way forward, right? So if it's way up here.
that's the side seam. See, this is right where the side seam hits.
Oh, okay.
So if we put the line on the side seam,
Right.
okay,
We'll get
if we
the
go
other
on
side
this
in a
side,
second. Oh, there's a lot of overlap. Sorry, I'm marking the one side first.
well, this
we'll
side
we'll
they
come around
can't
and get
see.
the other side
yeah.
in a second.
But if you mark the side seam, you can trim both sides till they meet and make that a straight line. And then we can square up from there.
This is a very sketched line, but
Well, when we take it off the form, we can
it should be square, right?
even it out.
I'm trying
Yeah.
to think. It shouldn't be angled back
It
because the
should be
Z
square here.
armor's square.
Yeah, it's square. It's
Okay.
just we have wiggle room and we have shape, and he gave us adjustment. And when you
It's
have
true.
adjustment, your armpits aren't going to always match up exactly perfect. So we have some wiggle room.
Okay.
Actually, hold on, sorry. Your line is close, but not quite there. It's here.
Oh, I was trying to get it so it comes down.
Okay, I was
We-
matching it to the top.
Then
So at least we have where it marks.
well, they're supposed to be flat in the bottom, right? We always trim off the back.
Yeah, we can, but brain thing.
Yeah, it probably should be just equal to front, huh?
Well, we have the thick dowel to even everything out, so we have
Right,
some
but-
wiggle room.
But my line will cause it to straight and then dip down.
But if we start here and go back, then it will be
Okay.
here. Flexible ruler.
Ruler.
Here.
We
do this again on the other side.
Well, we can just take it off the dress form and then mark it.
Yeah, but we've done all the
Transfer
work
marks.
on the side away from the camera. So we kind of should show our work.
You guys want to see this? Yes, that's why they're here.
Yeah, that's why they're here.
Somebody has a really good question.
Okay.
Get Swifty is a boat neck the same as a V-neck? No.
Okay.
See, I think that a crew neck is what a t-shirt is. So it's as high up on your neck as you can comfortably get without being uncomfortable.
Right.
A turtleneck or a mandarin collar starts to go up the neck itself and has a band. A
You're not-
boat neck. No, I'm not wearing.
No.
I'm wearing a V-neck. A boat neck goes right across the collarbone, and it's as high and sometimes can be higher than a crew neck because a crew neck comes right about to the middle of your clavicles. But a boat neck can come higher, but it's usually within the clavicle range, and it's just a little bit wider, shoulder to shoulder, straight line. It's a straight line. Is called the boat neck.
Okay. It's kind of
And-
going bra strap across the collarbone.
Not fully bra strap, about an
Okay.
inch in from bra strap.
Oh, okay.
But yes,
I'm just trying to think of an easy reference.
yes, it is a high.
Not that I wear a lot
Straight
of bras,
neckline.
but you know.
Yeah, but the princess lines.
The princess
strap
lines,
to
okay.
strap. But yes, so theirs had kind of a boat neck, or they had a turtleneck.
Turtleneck, yeah.
So
The boat neck feels like it'd be more comfortable with foam because you're not going to have as much fabric covering you up, retaining heat.
it is what it is. It's
Yeah.
You get a nice breathable cotton stretch. Get a good. The quality of your stretchy fabric will make a difference in your comfort levels,
Yes.
and make a difference on what undergarments you wear. The better the stretch, the less you lumps and bumps it shows.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we could show people what we were doing.
Right. So
I'm holding it.
you're holding it.
I'm
okay.
holding it.
We're close, but we're not quite. I'm a little. It needs
Adjust.
to.
I'm keeping pressure.
Yeah. Okay. That's more like I had it on the other side. Might we go towards you a little bit?
I'm just holding you. Just
Okay. I'm trying.
okay.
So this ended up being a whole bunch of angles where it's straight. So what we were looking at doing, first thing I did was just from the most extreme point, and I kind of just went up the side seam. This is very rough, but does that look kind of straight up and down to you?
Yeah.
Fairly? And we can perfect it. We also have rulers. We have tools. So that's going to be a cut.
And then from
And
here,
then,
all the way around, because this is from the bottom of the thing.
okay. And I'll do this really light because we'll just match the other side because we tried a little harder on the other side. But we, this plastic ruler is matching up with the base of the front plate. And so that line will continue around and we'll actually cut the back off all the way around to match that. Of course, I let go of it, so it's going to be kind of weird to figure out how that goes.
Sorry.
Well, I guess I got it marked on this side, right?
Yeah, we got it
I
even
got a
on
pencil mark on this side, so we can figure it out and we'll just even it up.
Okay, here. I'll move Barbie out of the way.
Okay, I got a couple more pins to stick at her stump.
Okay. I'm just scooting her to the back. It's funny because it still looks like Barbie, but it's padded out to Joe's shape, so when I dress it up,
Right. It's lumpy?
no, it's square. It's his
square.
shape.
Oh, it's square. Yeah, fair
Yeah,
enough.
it's
Lumpy's
a
wrong.
masculine shape versus a feminine shape that I'm used to seeing.
Lumpy's totally the wrong way to put it.
I don't think Joe would like it if I just called him Lumpy.
Joe, you're lumpy.
Hi, Bruno.
Yeah, Unknown Soldier says, I remember 200 pounds. They called that elementary school. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yep, everyone in chat's talking about how much they weigh. I weigh a lot more than 200 now. What do we got here? We get a boat neck, V-neck. Trying to see if there's anything I missed. That fake Zelda trailer was class. Nintendo should have paid attention. Ooh, what's that referencing to, Paul?
I saw a fake Zelda commercial for a movie, and I was like, I want to see that movie so bad, but it was fake, and I was
okay.
very disappointed in it.
Get Swifty says, thanks, Felicia, with a big heart.
You're very welcome. Yes. I can
Mr.
throw jargon.
Rooster's gotta go. Good night, Mr. Rooster.
Bye,
Sorry.
Mr. Rooster.
Go ahead, what you're saying?
I was saying I can throw jargon around all day long, but if you don't understand it, I will definitely stop and explain.
I have a almost weekly question. Make It to Create It asks, what was the first film prop you made? Or what was the first film you made a prop from? The difference being, me
Yeah.
making a prop for a movie, or what was the first movie that inspired me to make a prop? And I've answered this question before, so I know what I'm going to say. But what are you going to say?
The first prop I can think of making isn't from a movie. It's from a comic book. Calvin and Hobbes. I made Hobbes Stuffy.
Oh, cool.
That looks like the... I can bring it in next week, maybe, for you guys. But it looks like the... not the imagination version of Hobbes, but the Stuffy
But
version.
the real world stuffy
Yeah,
version
the
of
way
Hobbes?
everybody sees him versus the way Calvin sees him.
Right.
So that was my first prop that I built specifically, trying to make it look just like the book. And I took muslin, which is just a plain fabric that's usually tan or off-white, and I watercolored it
Natural,
with orange paint and with waters and stuff like that, so it looked like it was a drawing from the comic book.
That's really cool.
So I really like that, and I made that up almost 10 years ago.
Oh, wow, okay.
It's been a while, but that's one of those props where I specifically went out of my way to make it as accurate as possible. But that's the first one I can think of. There might be more.
The first one I can think of, I didn't even necessarily make it. I was more brainstorming with my parents on how to make it. That was Chewbacca's bandolier from Star Wars. So my first ever prop I made was Star Wars. What a shock.
When I was 3, I ran around with a dingle hopper everywhere.
Yes.
I stole a fork and I was like, this is my dingle hopper.
Yep, that would be a very easy prop to do. And I've actually joked about doing that as a
As a prop?
yeah.
Yeah. Then I was a counselor for a girls' camp and I used
So.
candelabra with the
Oh, okay.
with the forks and knives on it like Little Mermaids,
Yeah, because why would you need fire underwater? So this is a piece I cut off from the other side.
And it fits perfectly.
And it fits perfectly where you put the line. Yeah.
So, yay! It always makes so validating when your math is correct. When you eyeball it and it's like, yes, I did. It was exactly a half an inch. Anyways, but
I'm trying to be very careful not to cut the plastic ruler.
I know.
Because I'm good at that. Shaving it off, and now all of a sudden we have this drunken ruler, not a straight one.
Yeah, but you could see through it. I don't know, and it's flexible.
Oh, it's great. No,
yeah.
it's great. It really is.
I heard they make them with the metal edge, but I don't know if I would like that.
That wouldn't be as flexible.
Right?
I mean, the metal would be plenty flexible, but between the glue and all the layers, that wouldn't be as flexible.
Yeah.
Okay, and then we did this side first, so same thing. Go ahead and
Go for it.
Not
Do you want a
cut your
metal
hand.
ruler?
yeah, that'd be
I
great.
can get you one of
Thank
those
you.
because you have a whole bunch.
I do. I'm straddling a Toby back here.
You even have a cosplay tool that does straight lines and stuff.
Right.
know.
I do.
There's Toby, and then there's Bruno. It's a party over here.
Right.
Toby's like, I'm not moving. I'm getting my booty scratched.
Right. Well, I'm trying to be really careful because, Toby is as I do this, I realize I could have moved it forward a little bit, but I guess this is the center. We went on the center seam, right? So
That is our side seam line.
that is our side seam line. Okay.
This is our side seam. So we could...
I'm used to building things that fit me that are a bit different in scale.
It's hard. We're doing a child's large.
Right.
This is a children's.
And so this one is close, but
It's off by about 1/4 of an inch. I do the bigger size than the
Yeah.
smaller size.
I was just going to do that.
But not bad for guesstimating.
No, not bad for guesstimating. After we cut, it'll be real easy to see the...
There you go.
Thank you. Now I got a line to follow. Oh yeah, this is totally a comfortable way to cut.
Right? For camera.
Yeah, cutting for camera.
So you guys can see and enjoy.
Hopefully we got a shot of this. So there's our line between what we guessed and what the other side was.
It's about 1/4 inch off.
Yeah, should be fine. That shouldn't be
I was just curious if you could erase pencil mark off a foam. Not that we'll even see it.
probably. Are you
not
making
really.
Are you making an indent?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are.
It's eating away the
It's
foam
eating away the foam.
more than it's eating away the pencil.
Pencil eraser is tougher than the EVA foam. Okay, so what we want to do is glue a strip of this No, this is the 4-inch one, right? No, this would be.
This is the one. This is the one that can be.
This is the one that stuff's going under. So this is the one that's
Would be
hiding.
narrower. This one could be narrower. This one would be the wider one.
But we don't want the wider one to be exposed. We want this to
So,
be narrower.
we more or less
can-
want it to be
so it
bright
can slip
anyways.
under. So we put the loop on this side at extra wide, and then we put the hook here so it can slip under to be where it needs to be.
Hooks
So-
and loops. Which
Hooks and
side
loops.
is going to be scratchy against your outfit because you don't want to scratch up the knit of your
Right.
blue suit because the loops, they'll scratch it up and they'll eat it up pretty gnarly. But if you have it facing out where it's not going to easily rub, you'll be fine. So just kind of keep those in mind when you're deciding where you're going to put the
Hooks and
hooks
loops.
and loops. Like, am I going to wear a wig? Is it going to get caught in that, you know? But this one would be a foam wig, so I wouldn't be as stressed out.
Okay, so we want to do that to those. And then in that box is some 4-inch wide hook and loop.
Ooh, fancy.
Yeah.
Why does a balance beam?
Add fixed, yes. Really?
We used to use these for practicing balance beam on the carpet. So you'd roll out the Velcro hooks.
Okay. And it would grab the carpet.
Yeah, and then you could use that to do cartwheels or practice your balance
Oh,
beam
okay.
on 4-inch
Nice.
white elastic. Brings back childhood memories.
Ad Vixen is saying, how would you guys make a Teletubbies costume? Brings
Well,
back child memories, he says.
I would
Or they say.
use terry cloth or a, what's it called? Polar fleece.
Yeah.
It would be very, very hot. But then I would also see about doing you know the foam that we used for this?
Batting.
No, the foam,
Oh,
for the
the-
dress form itself.
The expanding urethane foam.
They also make a soft version of that.
Yes.
That isn't so stiff.
Yes, they do.
And I feel like that would be the right stuff to make a Teletubby diaper butt.
Okay.
Because you need
No-
to have that dumpy butt
Right.
squishiness.
So it's more like the sheets, the couch foam, as opposed to the pouring, expanding foam where you need a mold.
I might even do a mold for the legs. Like,
Okay.
I might go that crazy because I think it would have a better look and bounce.
Oh, it would.
Because Teletubbies have a bounce.
A bounce.
To them. They're diapers,
Yeah.
kind of. So I would probably, like, really focus on getting the butt and thighs right.
Okay.
Because then you could slip over the fabric cover and it wouldn't be... You could do a onesie, a red onesie, and be Poe with the thing. But
Right.
if you get that the little diaper underneath there, that look, then it's like... takes the level of the costume up, in my opinion. But, yeah.
I realized we needed to trim this because it's not going to match up, right?
Is it? Do we want to put it back on the dress form real quick? Just double check?
Well, it might be wise. Because I remember it being a different height. We started looking at, like, we're going to be cutting,
Yeah, some
A
of
portion of it off.
But it's exactly the right height.
but it's exactly the right height here, yeah.
So will it work now? Let's pull Barbie back over here.
Okay.
Alright, Bruno, scooch over, please. Thank you. Toby, move. Move, Toby. I love you, but you gotta move. Okay, got Barbie back.
Okay.
What do you need?
I'm kind of jumping ahead because I'm thinking about stuff.
Okay.
Wow, we may not make it to putting
Painting?
flex bond on here, yeah.
Well, next week.
Yep.
It's right at the waistline. We are doing great. Because the shoulder to waist at side is 14. And then we gotta put this guy right here. And
All right. Sorry, it's on the back side again. Like, how much overlap is there?
there's only about an inch on either side.
Really?
At the top, but a lot more at the bottom. So if we take it out, actually,
So this may be too. There's a pencil line on there. Is the pencil line exposed?
okay. This
This-
part of the pencil line is not. It's perfect because it's going. This waist is
Right.
smaller here than there. This part of the pencil line is showing.
Okay.
So what I would do would
Glad we
be
looked.
about. I do it about a half an inch off. I'm just gonna mark it lightly with the pencil. And then let me go in 1/2 inch. Get my.
No, you're fine. I'm straddling Toey, so it's
No,
kind
I
of a
know.
weird way
Like
to
I
stand.
can't quite see where my line
Oh.
is.
So you want to be 1/2 inch in up
Yeah.
here? You're just over, because it's a real light line there.
There
That's,
it is.
That's 1/2 inch.
And it's down to there. So let's see how this new line bodes. Okay, so now we line up that line and we line up that. Whoops. There you go. That line. And then we go to there. And we go to there. Yep, that's right.
That's right? Okay.
It fits right. And but look at, there's a little bit of a.
Oh, there's a big old gap back here. Because that's one of the things I was doing that was really pushing it in to make it fit in the back.
Yep. That goes way past that little line. And this side goes right there. How's that feel?
Well, that's got rid of the big gap in the back here.
So it needs to be more?
Well, that was partly why I was thinking about just making it be more adjustable on the inside, even though
Yeah.
this will kind of hang out.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Okay.
But now we know what shape. Do we
Right.
need to mark anything before I
I
let
don't
go?
think so. Looks like we're okay on the bottom. It's still pretty much lining up.
Okay.
And you know, this is still coming down almost 2 squares. So it's a little crooked the way we got it, because this is at the top of 2 squares. This is just past 1/4 of the 3rd square, so it's a little slanted this way. But I think it'll be fine.
We are also.
Everything's wonky, yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. Here you go.
Thank you.
Here you go.
Thank you.
All right, Barbie, you gotta move. Oops. It's Toby.
Oh, thank you, Toby.
George is asking, has the stream stopped? Does it look like it stopped?
I don't think so. Did we freeze up?
I don't know. Make it to create it says, I don't
Looks
know.
like we're still moving.
Okay, so hopefully it's working for you, George. Check out your internet connection.
You're off the camera where you're at.
Oh, I totally am. I just was trying to see what people were saying.
Okay, well, I'll let that come back up. Here, let me scoot over a little bit so you can scoot over a little bit.
Make it to create it says, now I lost it. Your video helped me with my project. I'm glad.
Oh, good.
Hope you guys are all crafting along. So Rebel Base Builds is asking, I may have missed discussions on paint, but are you planning on cell shading like Steve?
Yes.
No, but yes.
Well, yes. We're planning on yeah. We are planning on cell shading like Steve. Wow. Get some sleep, Odin. But we're not going to do the battle damage. It's going to be a clean cell shade.
Yes. So he did it with battle damage, cell shape. I cannot talk either.
It's infectious.
And he did it with battle damage, and then he did it what it would look like in real life without battle damage. So we're doing cartoon, no battle damage.
No battle damage, right.
Because I can pronounce that easier right now.
Yep.
Devin Williams says, it's still going. The stream has not stopped. We are still here.
We're still here. It may have just hiccuped, or we just got quiet and didn't move a whole lot. You know.
Yeah. We're
We're sort of crafting and thinking while we're doing it, so it's not a...
We're crafting live. It's a messy process.
It
You
is.
guys get to see all our mistakes.
Yep.
Isn't it lovely? We get to fix them live, too.
Or pretend that we're not going to, live. And we'll just ignore that one.
Because, isn't
You gotta know when to hold them, you gotta know when to fold them.
I guess you could say that. I was going to say, there's 20/20 vision before you start your project where you have to look at every little detail, and then once it's finished, you look at it with your eyes half closed, and you're like, it
Yep.
works.
Right. There's the compromise of get it done.
Evening from the UK. Well, hello, Tony Pipe.
Yes, it is 10 p.m. in the UK, if I remember right.
Yeah. They're saying LOL, it's a glue. Ha ha ha.
It's totally the glue.
Oh, Jort seems to have a short buffering problem, but it's all good. I'm
Oh,
glad
okay.
you're doing well, Short. Jorts.
Jorts?
Jorts. Maximilian Hammerschmidt says, at Joel Kitson, yeah, I long for some tubby pudding. It was scary. I'm telling everyone, don't overdo it with the drugs. You want some tubby custard? Well, hello, Starium Avatar. I can't speak today.
I can't see that far.
Yeah, sorry. But hello, how are you?
Hello, Starium. Starium Avatar?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, Starium Avatar.
So... So, Armin Sultan is the best way I can figure out how to pronounce your name. I've been watching for years. Really enjoy your work and explanations. I'm making a Hellboy game, and your vids give me life. Well, that sounds awesome.
Sweet.
Maker's gonna make. Just
Maker's
saying.
gonna make. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. We got the L. Love the channel. Can I get a shout out, please? Well, maybe.
What, we got the L as the name?
The L.
The L. So I'm supposed to say the L as a shout out?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Okay. So what was your character in Ash vs. Evil Dead? And I am going to have to say the hand.
What was my your favorite character in Ash vs. the Evil Dead?
Ash's hand.
Right. That made an appearance in, it made an appearance in Ash vs. the Evil Dead. I've only really seen the first season all the way through 100%. I know I haven't seen the third season. Maybe I have seen the second. I should rewatch all of it. Ash, you know.
So which Teletubby would you be? I call Lala.
Which is one of the perks that everyone hated in America because they're all
Dinky Winky.
homophobic. Yeah, Dinky Winky. There you go.
Dinky Winky, that was my little sister's favorite, like by far her favorite.
I actually did not watch the Teletubbies. I'm fully aware of them, and I enjoyed a lot of the weird comics that came out about them. But it was working at the comic shop at the time. I didn't really watch the Teletubbies.
Yeah, my siblings were the right age for it. So my little brother liked Poe, my little sister liked Tinky Winky, and I always thought Lala had the cutest little outfit. She had a little tutu.
Okay.
She had a tutu. Yeah. Where I don't think
I could be the vacuum cleaner.
Nunu?
Nunu, yeah.
Nunu? Yeah. Naughty Nunu.
Naughty Nunu sucking up Leia's Endor helm from the Rebel base build.
Yes. Oh, they want a working tummy for the Teletubby.
Of course they want a working tummy. Well, at this point in time, we could actually do it. At that time, they couldn't. It was all green screen. I don't want to step on your feet there, sir. Oh, I got my feet straight under me. I'm not doing this crazy straddle.
Yeah, Toby.
Yep. Oh, it's all right. Yeah, it's. I
He's
like
keeping
Toby.
us company.
He's camping.
He's camping.
I like Toby. I don't want to.
What costume would you both like to make that you haven't done yet? Well, there's a whole list of those.
There's a whole list of those. Yeah.
I've been wanting to do Ty Lee from Avatar.
Oh, okay.
That one I've been like breaking down in my head, even though I have no reason to build it or make it or anything. But
Right.
that's one of those ones that I have been chewing on.
I've actually talked to you about a couple. I would love two that I like to do, and they're both red. Is the barbarian leader from the animated movie Heavy Metal. So that's the main bad guy from the Tarna sequence, the very last
Does it have
fantasy
the
sequence.
Pockets?
That has big pockets on the outside. It's like a red trench coat
Yeah.
with big balloon type sleeves.
'Cause
He's
it's
got
the military style pockets with it. And,
yeah, kind of. He's got this like steampunkish clunked together metal helmet, and his right arm is cybernetic with it changes. It has attachments. It has accessories. And then the other one is actually from another animated film that's only slightly older called Wizards, which was a Ralph Bakshi film from like '77.
That's the one I was picturing.
And that's character's name is Peace, and he's an assassin android that's wearing red fatigues, and it's got your classic single antenna with a ball on the end of it, and he's just got it's almost like Kenny from South Park. He's got his hoodie pulled in with just yellow glowing eyes, and that's Peace. And those are 2 costumes I wouldn't mind doing.
Yeah.
Yep.
You've been talking about those ones for a while.
Yep, talked about it for a couple of times.
Yeah.
I think the Barbarian one has got a little more prop going for it. Not that that really matters, but it's kind of sort of my show.
Have you some more ideas in mind combining clothing and foam builds?
Well, I have this idea about doing the Barbarian leader from this animated movie called Heavy Metal. And
Well, it happens so easily. Props and costumes and foam and...
yeah.
Yeah, so... Yeah?
Yeah?
Sure. Oh, Ben Lynch says, I was a big Tinky Winky fan. Artman says, I really enjoyed Avatar. I did too. It was one of my favorites. Flame Dragon Man says, I would love to cosplay Neuro from Devil May Cry 4 with his Red Queen and Devil Bringer.
I get a lot of requests for some of the guns and swords from Devil May Cry.
Interesting.
Yeah, I have not played the game. Not that that's required for me to make the props, but I've noticed the requests. There's a little strip. There it is with a knife.
There's the edge.
Yeah, thank you.
Blended so well. So,
we'll get these.
Artman wants to cosplay Bloodhound from Apex Legends.
Oh, very cool.
And Jort says, I love the Heavy Metal movie. I want it live action. Several directors doing some short films and a badass soundtrack.
That'd be awesome. Heavy Metal 2000, not so awesome. But Heavy Metal, the original one, yeah. I enjoy those stories. I like there's yeah. Is there one that's bad? I don't think so. But out of all the characters, I like the Barbarian leader.
Are you going to make anything from Five Nights at Freddy? Didn't we have like that? Like one of those masks that...
Sneeze is sort of trying to threaten, but not happening. Yeah, maybe.
Because I think we brought that one down from LA. But I remember seeing that in real life. That's the first time I realized that that was a video game, seeing the stuff.
The actual fair head or
yeah.
whatever, yeah.
Yeah. Ben Lynch says, I've been saying that I would love a Red Queen sword build.
Oh, okay.
And then Paul Frankovich says, can we get Felicia to cosplay Tarna? I don't know who Tarna is.
Tarna is the heroine from the Heavy Metal. She is wearing really cool armored boots, has some nice big shoulder pads, big old gauntlets, has a giant sword, and an armored bikini.
I was going to say not much else. It sounds
No,
like,
not much else.
Yeah.
Big, yeah. And flies around on a pterodactyl-ish type of creature.
Gotta like pterodactyls.
White hair. She's mute.
So she was written by a man.
Written by a man. And puts up with nobody. She walks into a bar, a bunch of guys start doing all the stupid hey chickie lines. She breaks his face, like turns him into a broken coconut, breaks his face. Literally the scene as she punches him and you hear the as she pulls her fist back out.
Nice. I would like to be the Foley artist on that one. So DB says, I wonder what male chaos armor would be like. CHOZO. CHOZO.
Chozo?
Chose.
I don't know. That's not quite chaos. I mean, it could be inspired by. But...
I don't know. Sometimes I'm like, did I say that? Anyways.
No, we never say anything right.
No, never.
You know the best part? The internet will let us know forever, and we don't say anything right. Saiyan.
Maximilian Hammerschmidt says Poe is actually a German translation for butt. So in Germany, I can talk, I promise. There is a saying concerning the Teletubbies that goes as follows. Tinky Winky sticks his dipsy up Lala's Poe. Whoops.
All right.
Well, there's that.
There's that.
In Germany.
I think your reaction after having said it is better than the joke itself.
I didn't know where it was going, but now I do.
He set it up. Po means butt. Wonder where this is going.
Phil Dahl says, since Odin likes heavy metal, it would be neat if he did Mobius' outfit from one of his many Space Things comics.
Sure. Well, Mobius had... actually, Tarna is heavily inspired by Mobius. I think Mobius drew the original comic that sequence was taken from. So, yeah, no, I like Mobius's art, definitely. I like Fifth Element. I love the whole opening sequence of the Mondoshawians walking into Egypt with the weird ship that comes down to the single pillar rock. And how Mobius artwork is that? You have this, just all the tall things coming up off of the flat plane. It's all very phallic, right? But anyway, it's extremely Mobius. And even the design of the Mondoshawians, I think, are very Mobius as well. So yeah, no, definitely like his art. And I also like a lot of the art. I mean, I got to know some of the artists because I was watching that movie before I went to the comic shop, so I got to know who some of the artists were, and I got to see more of their work once I was in the comic shop. Yeah, definitely like that stuff.
So...
Because I'm trying to remember who did Den. I knew Richard Corbin, right? Richard Corbin. Yeah, he did the artwork for Den. And the big thing with Richard Corbin is he developed his own 4-color printing process that was cheaper in order to get a better artsy look to everything.
Interesting.
Yep.
I love it when people know exactly what they want.
Uh-huh, and how they can make it work.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is the scratchy side on the back.
Scratchy side on the back.
Because
and
it's
this is the
gonna fold
loop
up
side
and
that'll
under.
go up against the person.
And won't destroy your lovely undersuit.
Yep. And as soon as I get these 2 pieces on, we will call it a day.
Yes.
So there's your warning. And we'll get the other straps put on and start getting everything else taken care of next week.
Right.
We may end up getting this thing all painted next week and then need to just talk and fill time at the end.
Because we have to wait for paint to dry.
We have to wait for paint to dry.
I feel like crafting takes mostly paint drying time.
It does. Paint and glue dry. So much paint and glue dry.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, tune in early next week and tune in early next week if you're a patron, and we'll be putting together a yellow puzzle out of a shell box from my childhood. Something I haven't seen in longer than most of you have been alive, so that'll be fun.
It looks very entertaining. Squid Sticks, mine just went blank. I'm sorry.
That happens.
Phil Osborne says hi. Well, hello, Phil Osborne.
Hello, Phil Osborne.
And Jack Smith says, hey, Jack of all trades. Nice to see you.
Sweet.
Jack of all trades says hi at Jack Smith. Jack Smith.
Jack
So,
Smith.
Apparently they like each other.
Oh, I hope
There's
so.
that.
Do they know Jack?
I don't know.
So today's been a pretty train-free day. We had a little bit in the very beginning, but that's it, right?
Right?
As
It's
of
Sunday.
Well, last week it was like 6 trains. And then the
Right.
Sunday before it was 3. Today we had, it was like, 6 or 8 trains in the first 2 hours. Today we had 1 train during the patron stream, and that was it. And I stayed up late trying to get a more train cam gift done, and boy, that would have just been perfect.
Sometimes
you,
you
Union
try
Pacific.
and try, and you realize, why was I even trying?
They tried and failed. They tried and died. What 80s sci-fi movie is that one from?
Okay.
We'll call you Usul. Means base of the pillar. Strength.
So, Flame Dragon Man says, speaking of Fifth Element, would you ever make the 4 Stones or Zord's gun?
I have seriously considered the 4 Stones. The ZF-1 is an awesome freaking weapon, but that's kind of
In gun
Iron Man territory.
Oh.
Yeah, that's kind of the, wow, this could go so horribly wrong so quickly because there's so much going on. But the ZF-1 is a nice weapon. The Stones, though, yeah, I've thought about the Stones more than once. I almost did the Stones as like a TikTok build. But, no, I'll be totally down for doing the Stones. I'll do it a lot like the way I did Stonehenge from Spinal Tap. It would be styrofoam. Styrofoam covered with Flex Bond. That'd be the way to do it.
Leaf P says, watching the Zemo dance again.
Thank you, Detleaf.
And Joel Kitson says, "Don't push the red button."
Don't push the red button.
We're going to.
A real warrior would have asked, "What's the red button for?" Or whatever it is. I can't do the. I'm an American and I can't do the southern accent that the British guy did.
Contact cement.
Gary Oldman's such a great actor.
Why is there no picture in the picture puppy cam?
Oh, because the puppies aren't in the right spot.
Yeah, they're at our feet.
They're at our feet. We got the camera set around the front of the.
Where's Bruno?
Actually, being quiet. So we really want to
Oh,
poke
yeah.
that beast.
He is on. He's actually in the puppy cam, is he?
Oh, okay.
Not really? Okay. Connor Cook says, "This may seem like an odd question, but what Transformer is your favorite? Either the G1 cartoon or the Michael Bay films."
Well, G1 cartoon.
Bumblebee.
Michael Bay films were great. They're great action movies. They were a really fine update of the classic cartoons. They did, really good designs overall, and did volumetric math to make sure that the Transformers could actually fit when they transformed into their smaller size, so they weren't changing mass like they did in the cartoons. I really don't like the shattered glass look. That really doesn't really work for me, and that's been such a constant design. I mean, Steppenwolf has kind of got the shattered glass look. Not quite. He's better because he's a whole bunch of small bands that fit together, but still, it's like, okay, can we do something different? Soundwave. I really like Soundwave from G1. I like the boombox guy. I like the laser beak and I can't remember the name of the Panther. But that'd be the one that I like. Bumblebee's great. I love the Bumblebee movie. That was fun. They had more of the G1 look, which I liked, and I enjoyed the Cybertron fight in the beginning of it. But yeah, if I had to make a cosplay, if I had to pick one, and I had to make a cosplay, it would probably be Soundwave. Even though I know. If you want to see really good sound waves, I'm pretty sure, Nerd Alert Cosplay. So at Nerd Alert Cosplay is one to go look up on Instagram. Jason not only did a fantastic Megazord, I'm pretty sure he did a really good sound wave.
Megazord,
yeah. Oh.
So we're gonna do the Power Ranger Mega Weapon.
We need to figure out what's the next Power Ranger weapon we want to do. We should do a Power Ranger weapon in June.
Well, you got the sword to build the big weapon off of. I think the next big piece that will really affect the shape.
Sorry, that's been brewing for a while.
No worries. Look at a bright light. Is maybe the Pink Ranger bow.
Sure, that'd be totally cool.
Because I feel like that would affect the shape and size of the ultimate final build.
Right, and you've got the Pink Ranger spot in the credits, so.
I do like the Pink Ranger.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. Totally, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like the Green Ranger too.
Okay.
Even though he's technically a bad guy for a little while in the beginning there.
Yeah.
But that made it more fun.
He was just green with envy.
There you go. So, it's almost dry. This looks like it's the right, but those don't look right.
Dan Hinkle says, have you ever considered using a Lazy Susan to make Barrett's arm cannon spin like you did Godzilla's head? I think it occurred to me when I was doing Barrett's arm, but I was in such a rush to get it done that I didn't look as hard to try and find one like I did with Godzilla's head. I didn't realize I could get the thin aluminum one that's got, the outside's 10 inches and the inside's, just under 9. So there's not a whole lot of I didn't know I could get one of those.
Yeah, but that's a great upgrade.
Would be a great upgrade.
Yeah.
I guess Bumble Scorpion's arm at this point, but yeah.
But yeah, no, if you're going to build it, add that. That would be awesome.
Right. Oh, Ravage. That was the name of the Panther for Soundwave. Thank you. And I have seen a full-size Ravage prop. Someone has actually made one in their apartment. I've seen pictures of it. It was pretty cool.
I was gonna say, where do people store these things?
I don't know. Especially since the guys that make these things are usually in apartments.
Yeah, the costume shop got full real quick.
Real quick. Costumes are bulky.
Right?
Even a cloth costume is bulky.
See my closet. Bless you.
Man, can we stop?
It's the foam dust. It's getting you today, isn't it?
Maybe.
Somebody make it to create. It says, "Are you going to make something from Stranger Things?" What would you make?
Eggo box.
I've done what's her face's outfit, like that
Oh.
costume, a few times.
Oh, I'm sure you've done Eleven's costume a few times.
Well,
yeah.
11, yeah, because I thought it was hilarious. Like, guys coming in, what do I do? Well, why don't you dress up as 11?
Yeah.
Anyways, no, but the girl that died that nobody cared about.
Oh, yeah, we said her name last time.
Yeah, what was her name? It
Oh,
fell out of my
no, I
head.
forgot what it is.
It's not
Robert-
Marge or.
His name was Robert Paulson.
Babs?
No, it wasn't Babs. It was her friend.
Right, it was her
that
friend.
went to disappear. What?
Barb.
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 Barb. I did Anthony as Barb, and he was my favorite Barb. But
Yeah.
we had the perfect shirt. I
Right.
love Barb. She's one of my favorite characters because nobody gives a crap about Barb, and I feel so bad.
So bad.
Like they're more concerned about this kid, and she actually died. They found.
Right? It's like, wait a minute, Barb actually died and disappeared, and why aren't we talking about Barb?
Yeah.
I think there's like one offhand comment later to sort of like, see, she's still there. We're still kind of sort of talking about it. We're just not spending any screen time.
Yeah.
Every
Nope.
season they kill a good character.
They do. Every season they do kill a good character.
A lovable.
Yep.
Yeah, but Barb was my favorite, and I love that nobody gave a crap that she died. I know that's so bad, but it made me laugh. But I've done her outfit with the glasses, with the nice little, and yeah.
Might have put a little too much.
Oh, I
Curve
see
into
that. Look at that. There's some bend to it.
Yeah.
Gotta smoosh it flat.
Now smoosh it flat. Cut the excess off. I think I bought 4-inch because Steve bought 4-inch. I remember right in the video, I was like, I got this, and I'm going to cut it in half. It's like, why didn't you just buy 2-inch, Steve?
Because you use what you have.
He specifically bought 4-inch for the project.
Oh, okay. Well, I would buy it for a balance beam. I wouldn't even have thought to use it as.
Right. What I've done before to get wide Velcro cheap is I've gone to the thrift stores and I've bought those Velcro back braces because the overlapping pieces are huge.
Right? I love going shopping at the dollar store or thrift stores and shopping for weird things that I need, but not looking it in, this is an egg. I look, this is
Right.
the right shape. This is a clear dome that's going to fit this piece and this.
It's going to make a space helmet. Yeah.
Or, like, I need these
that's way
drain
better.
covers so that I can make microphone speaker mouths for these mannequin things that I'm building.
This one's got some
Yeah,
dimpling to it.
I saw
this
that.
one's real smooth.
Well, there,
Hey,
Yeah.
because the second one's better.
because you know what you're doing by the time you do it.
And I did it to the camera better.
Well, there you go.
I'm going to cut off the excess.
You're actually using scissors and not an exact.
I'm actually using scissors and not an X-Acto knife. Come on. And it's folded over and the glue's sticking and
Do you think Joe will have a chance to try this on over the week? Just to double
Yeah.
check our measurements?
yeah, he will.
Okay.
Joe's still working on his Ashbringer, and I'm sure he'll come in. And by the way, Joe's working on an Ashbringer from World of Warcraft, and
Wow.
he'll come in and probably work on that some more, which will be a video that'll come out later this summer. But he's just plastic dipped it, so he'll probably come in and start painting on it. We got Green Ranger Dragon Dagger. Yeah, totally going to do eventually. At this point, I think we have unofficially committed to doing all 5 of the Morphin weapons because it's too much fun to not have the opening credits in the video.
With Dad's pajamas or underpants?
With Dad's underwear, yes.
Dad's underwear. I love that band. It's now one of my favorites.
So we're definitely going to be doing all of them, and I think the Pink Ranger is a good idea because I kind of took the Red Ranger position in the credits with the sword, so we definitely need to have you redo maybe the scene with the
Yeah.
with,
My arms are, I forgot.
oh, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
It was a hot glue gun and a heat gun, but redo it with the pink bow. and then we can keep going from there.
As we add more rangers
As we
and
have more
weapons.
rangers to it, and
Yeah. Here, let's see.
and
if
get
this-
other people's
Get some more rangers.
get some more rangers, get some more morphin coins.
Yeah. There you go. So this will fit me better than Joe because
Right.
thing was padded out for Joe. It's right at my natural waistline.
That's right, international waistline.
'Cause
The straps are still going down to about the 2 square mark.
I feel,
Of course, that makes sense because that's you. So
yeah, it's my size, so
yeah,
it works. Yay! We'll be painting this next week.
I'll get a great big pen and just stick it. Okay, maybe not.
No, I can do this.
You want to do a turnaround for them?
There you go. Okay, so 2:21. We only did 20.
Oh, 20 minutes over. Nice.
That's it. Not bad.
Not too bad. Odin, can you please make more Middle Earth props? Watching from the UK. This is Glenn Hugans fan. No, Glenn Hughes fan. It's not Hugans. Sorry, that was a butcher of a last name. The Glenn Hughes fan 101. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'm not quite sure which one right off the bat, but yeah, I can do more Lord of the Rings. I just obviously it's not something that's like, oh yeah, you know, I'm a science fiction guy, so.
Yeah, but which Lord of the Rings props would you want to do? Because I feel like
Well-
we have a lot of good ones, but they're all
At this point, with the success I had with the Plastizote and the King Kong axe, I think Sting would be really cool. Yeah,
Sting.
I think Sting would be really cool.
That's the only one sword that doesn't have an origin story.
It doesn't?
Like it doesn't have a name written on it of the previous owners, where they all like when they get the swords out of the thing.
Well, he got Sting in The Hobbit, didn't he? So.
Yeah, and he got it out of the cave where they would have had some elven battle. Anyways,
Oh, okay.
but there's nobody who's like the mystery of Sting is the most mysterious of all the swords,
Oh, interesting.
and it saved their asses so many times. You know, the humble sword
Right.
that nobody gives a crap about
Yeah.
because it's not the fancy big one.
Right.
Who's even gonna need that? It saved
Well,
its life several times.
And I think the Sword Sting had a really good solo career after he left the band, the Police. So it's, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
Possibly Sting.
Possibly Sting. So we're gonna do one more quick thing here. Odin, this is Strago the Mad Game Master. Odin, do you ever think about the Magic the Gathering build you did and wanted to do another? Magic the Gathering Arena has talked to me twice about doing sponsored builds, and I've pitched 2 different ideas to them, and all of a sudden they just ghost me. It's like, all right, well, I guess I said the wrong thing.
It's a weird year,
It's a-
honestly.
it's a
I
weird
would
year,
just
yeah.
assume that
Nah.
they got lost track of things themselves.
Right. So which is fine. I have no grudges against anything. I played the snot out of Magic the Gathering Beta and Unlimited. Another one of those things where you're playing the game and you look up and, oh, the sun came up. I should go to bed.
I used to play at lunch in
Yeah.
middle school. I didn't even have I wasn't cool enough to even have my own deck. My friends would be like, here, you could be the blue deck.
You can be the blue deck here. You can have the Plague Rat deck.
So anything else really quick to grab here? We're high past time to.
I was thinking of like doing a Dungeons and Dragon book cover build. That would be fun.
Oh, that'd be fun.
right?
Yeah.
Like sort of like you did the card case.
Right.
But doing a good book cover, maybe even use the jewels.
That'd be cool.
But who knows? What do you guys want to see?
Vatic 17. Odin Makes. I have decided now to give y'all challenge props. Not to make, of course, because your reaction is worth almost as much. I'm not seeing the rest of this. Oh, there we are. Oh, challenge prop is RoboCop ripping out the Wedgehead RoboCop 2 Cyber Brain from the very end of RoboCop 2. All right, that would be a pretty awesome RoboCop prop. I'm not gonna lie. You know, that's a
good prop.
that could even. I mean, he's showing a picture of the toy, but that could even stand in for like the death of Bumble Scorpion, right? That's pretty cool.
There you go.
And Connor Cook says, hey, it's 2:20.
Yes, it is. It's 2:20. So I want to thank all of you for hanging out with us. We managed to stretch it into a 3-hour live stream for those of you who are patrons and got to see the pre-show. For everyone else, we started up at noon and we ran for 2 hours and 20 minutes. But it's Mother's Day, and I gotta get my butt in the road so I can go do an escape room with my wife and then have dinner. So this should be a lot of fun. What I'm looking forward to is seeing all of you guys again next week.
Yes.
We're going to be right back here on Sunday again. At 11:15, we will start our pre-show for the patrons. And so that first 45 minutes will be a private stream just for them. But at noon, we click the stream over to public so everyone can see it. So if you want to get in on the private stream, if you want to get in where your voice is a lot easier to be heard, it's not lost with the scroll of the comments, then definitely check out patreon.com/Odin Makes. And you're also going to get access to, there's Wednesday Build Talks, and I appear there about every other week. And we're starting to do a weekly Among Us game on Fridays, as well as, you know, B. Lynch just keeps that Discord going with all the memes. So thank you, Lynch.
And share all your pictures with us. We like watching. We
Definitely,
like seeing
definitely
what you guys
share
are
your
building.
pictures. But don't, if you're not a patron, you can share pictures with me on
Yes.
Instagram. So you can share your pictures of your builds to at Odin Makes on Instagram, as well as Odin Makes on both Reddit and Facebook. I have a Facebook group called Odin's Makers. And if you want to share your creations with Felicia on Instagram,
I'm Eesh87. EESH_87.
on Instagram. That's the primary social media.
Yeah,
and
that's
also,
all I have.
is it Toby Loves Bruno?
Toby loves Bruno.
So the dogs have their own Instagram, and you can share pictures with them. And I'm sure they will be shown, whatever, because their claws, I have a hard time making a phone work. But any pictures you send Toby and Bruno, they will definitely be shown. So,
Yes.
yeah,
So I had fun. Did you have fun?
I had a lot of fun.
We
And
have a vest.
we have a vest.
A child-sized vest. We have a helmet for you, Odin.
And this is how Odin makes. My wife hates going to the hardware store with me because I put everything on my head. See you all guys next week. Thank you for staying with us.
I definitely look melted.